That my computer doesn't explode.
That'd be good.
General hope.
Yep.
Alright, so Salara, hit us up with that summary.
All right, so it's gonna be a good one. Yeah. Okay, so last time we left off, we walked back in on the first floor, and we were trying to decide which way we wanted to go. And so we decided that we were gonna go to the southeast side, spiral staircases, and then went all the way up to the second floor. And in the first, I'm gonna move myself just so that I can remind myself of where things were. It was Dorbin and Robin that went into the first room on the right side, on the east side, and the children's room. And there was a chest in that room, and Robin tried to pick the lock of the chest, but it was already unlocked, and he attempted to lie to Dorbin that, he broke it open, and Dorbin read through that. They also saw some toys that were in the room and just kind of made note of them. And then both Dorbin and Robin decided to keep going north and west to the other set of stairs, which they presumably were heading towards the attic because the stairs were going up. And then myself and Sigus and Red kind of stayed in the hallway area. Sigus tried to open the door on the east side, further into the hallway, and opened it up, and I went inside and saw images of various, not symbols, but imagery. And one that really stuck in my head was, I don't remember all of them, but there was a spider, something with a pale-faced, raven-haired woman, but there were 4 of them. And the furniture in there was new furniture, but there didn't seem to be anything else that was necessarily suspicious. And then Red went into the children's room again and decided to take one of the toys that seemed to be important to the child. And then I opened the door to the west, and in the room there were pictures that were really dusted up, and so I spent my time cleaning those up while the rest of the party kind of did investigating in other places, and found a bunch of different pictures of various characters that seemed to indicate that it was part of the Foxglove house and a part of the family of all different generations. And once I was in that room, I experienced a very trippy event that made it seem like I was going to freeze to death. And everything was icing over and I couldn't breathe. And then all of a sudden, one of the pictures puked at me of fungus and grossness. And I eventually came out of that and was very confused, not really sure what was going on. And nobody else experienced it. It didn't happen in real life. It was just something that I thought had happened or perceived to have happened. We went further into the other side of the room, and we I don't honestly remember what happened in this room. I just remember that there were some letters, and we were trying to figure out if there was anything else in here. And then we left to go into the far room, which was covered completely in moss. And Red and I had the conversation of whether we should go in there. Discovered that there was, it looked like the skeleton of a mother and a son, or a mother and a daughter, and we assumed that that was the mother and of remember their names now, and I can't remember anymore.
You, do,
Um,
would you like me to give you a helping hand?
please.
Um, you actually don't know who the woman and possibly a child are. However, judging from the pictures that you saw, the only two that would have matched, at least from the people that you know from the Fox Club family, are Cassandra and Lori.
Perfect. And so um, Red thought that it would be a great idea to maybe give the toy to um, the child. Um, and so we checked with Dorbin, and Dorbin was like, sure, it doesn't sound like a terrible idea. And so I decided, and when I walked in, the moss covered my feet and started growing up my boots. And I decided to say a quick little almost prayer to the family and drop the toy in and run out as quickly as I could, um, hoping that maybe it would bring them a little bit more peace. Um, and when I left, I prayed that it actually worked. And then Robin this whole time is going up the stairs and looking towards this wailing woman and trying to find out who was making that noise while being very stealth like. And finally it ends with him seeing a woman who is in the attic looking at a mirror at herself and clawing her eyes out. And I can't remember if there is blood or if she sees in her reflection there actually isn't blood. Um, and she's crying, and that's where we left off.
Right. So go ahead and take your D4 for the night. That was
Pretty.
a very good summary. However, I'm deducting points because I had to help you out.
Yeah, because somebody
It
didn't
was
upload the thing. So
well. You should have been paying enough attention and taking notes.
You
Hey,
should know it's your turn.
yeah. Tisk tisk tisk.
I can't say anything.
Yeah.
yeah,
That being said, last time we left off, Robin had just opened up the door and seen this woman, her back, her raven hair flowing over her shoulders and down her back, and she is looking away directly opposite of Robin to this mirror that seems to be uh, almost black, made from like an onyx kind of material with a reflective surface. And as she stares at her own reflection, she is clawing her face and trying to reach her eyes, but she can't. Her nails sort of dig into her cheekbones and the eye bags underneath her eyes, slowly causing her to bleed a viscous black liquid. And you can see that she is quite literally crying tears of blood. And as Robin, you stare at this for just a moment. It is your turn.
Alrighty. Well, Robin is very not well versed in this situation. Also, the door is not open on the map.
Correct. The door is not open on the map. Let's hope that this doesn't break literally everything.
Nope, that's perfect. Looks good to me. Um,
I can see my house from here.
so the mirror is facing Robin, so Robin can see himself
Yes.
over the girl's shoulder,
You sort of see,
and she is.
because it is a black mirror. You can see her in very good, like a proper, clear image. But you yourself seem to be just like a very uh, almost fogged up shadow behind her.
Oh, I'm stealthing, is what you're telling.
Yeah, stealthing in the reflection even.
All right. Well, I'm not particularly fond of the idea involving me doing this myself. Robin might not be the wisest amongst all of us, but he is very much not wanting to die by ghost today. So he's gonna just like leave the door open, and just like casually walk on back, stealthing down the hallway.
Right.
Down to here. I'm gonna move 25 and then 15. I can do full action to
Just because,
yeah.
just a reminder, we ended on your turn as you opened the door. So you would have used
Oh,
your standard for that, and then you're moving back.
okay. In such a case, then if I only have a move action,
Yeah.
I would just be sitting there and just waiting, because like I don't want to alarm this woman, this creature, whatever the case may be, and I want to be able to move out as cleanly as possible, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm just going to end turn. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you open. You sort of stay very still, very quiet, as you can hear her weeping, still staring at her reflection. Doesn't seem to be paying you any attention at all. And as you're sort of frozen in that position, almost feeling that sort of rush of adrenaline, getting you ready for that flight or fight response, your muscles tensing up, ready to break into a sprint. Alara, it is your turn.
Was I here? I think it
You
was
were
like
there
here.
indeed.
Okay.
You have
Cool.
relocated yourself correctly.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I am going to go to here and I'm gonna peek around and be like, hey Dorbin, have you heard anything from our friend Robin?
Unfortunately, it's been incredibly silent. A little bit too silent, I think. I think I'm gonna head up there as soon as possible.
Do you to where do you want me?
Preferably behind me.
Okay.
Also, I'm not sure if I can because I was waiting for something bad to happen on Robin's end. But the last thing that you had told me was it's been a really long time.
Indeed.
So I wasn't sure if I could take my prepared action to go up there now.
I'll allow it if you consider
Okay.
that something bad happening includes about a minute having gone by without any response.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It is still your turn, Celera.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted him to go ahead and do it.
No, he can take his action after your turn.
Okay.
Or
I am
after
going
you finish your
to-
movement.
I'm going to stay right behind Sigus. That's all my movement, I think. And then prepare my rapier just in case something jumps out at us. And that's gonna be my turn.
Right. In that case, Dorman, you can take your prepared action now.
All right. I'll go ahead and take my move action.
Right.
15.
Right. Boop. That is
20.
the first 15.
Oh, it is okay.
Yep.
20, 25,
Mm-hmm.
30, and that's my prepared action.
All right. Then Red, it is your turn as you see Solara talking for a moment with Dorvin before preparing herself to climb up the stairs. You see Dorvin, a little bit worried, go up the stairs. Thump, thump, thump. You hear his footsteps, heavy footsteps, high above.
And we still hear the crying, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he'll kind of walk up and
In fact, it is a little bit louder now.
he'll walk up and look at the other two and be like, Siggy Solara, do you want me to wait behind and cover the rear, or would you prefer that I go ahead with Dorban?
Why don't you go ahead, but let's go slow and quiet. Like everything could be fine, and we don't want to give Robin away.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
like that the crying keeps getting louder the higher in this we're going, and he's up there alone.
Oh yeah, there's something creepy in the attic for sure.
Yeah, don't like.
I'm like,
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know if this rapier is gonna help, but I have it ready.
Well, there's not much else we can do. And he'll then spend the rest of his turn kind of getting up behind Dorban. That's, I think that's 10, 15. I think that's the 30 into there because that's difficult because stairs.
Yep.
And
that
then
is 30. Do you want to move to the next floor?
Yeah, then I'll double move up to
Alright.
Dorban.
That's another 20 feet. Sorry, 15 feet that you've moved up.
Okay. So that's 15, so that means I have 15 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then he will kind of get up here so he has some view down.
Right, so you can hear once again the echoing sort of footsteps as you go up the stairs. The moment you reach the top of the stairs, you can hear the steps sort of bouncing back to their original position, letting out those groans of wood. And as you reach the top, you take a stance next to Dorvin, readying your weapon at what may come down the hallway.
Yep.
And as you're standing there, you can hear the moaning, and it's very, very obviously coming from the end of the hallway now. Tegis, it's your turn.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm just going to try and slowly, if the whole crew's going, I'm going to slowly creep up behind Red. Trying to be as stealthy as I can.
Alright, then if you want to be stealthy, either give me a stealth check and move at half speed, or give me a stealth check but at a minus, I want to say it's a minus 10.
Yeah, I'm going to move it once. Well, I have a question too.
Yes.
If I try to stealth, like, is there any way, except for rolling a 1, where stealthing will be louder that if I'm really bad at it than like just not even attempting it?
No, but it might be useless.
That's fair. Well, then,
Because it would be
I'm okay with
about as loud as if you weren't stealthing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I am not super strict on turn economy. Hey, that's
Alright. Once again, I'll ask: are you moving at normal speed or half speed?
half speed.
Okay. Then
So
that
I
would
think
be
I can only
5, 25, 45 up till there.
Yeah.
You still have 15 feet, so you could move one more square. I'll allow it.
I'm gonna move one more.
Alright, I'll just move you to the next floor on the top.
Oh.
Go. Alright, leaving Solara by her lonesome in that dark, dark room in the middle of the haunted house.
Just around the corner.
Dorvin, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Everybody's up here, or everybody with Slayer's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Peek around the corner. Not see him, but I have to assume he didn't open any doors, hopefully.
No, all doors seem closed on this one.
Here. Upon see, or actually,
Is-
do I see Robin? I guess this is the first question.
He is not invisible, but
Okay, good.
Robin, he didn't roll
I
me
mean,
a stealth check.
uh,
So technically,
Well,
He
right
doesn't-
now I'm just standing in the open.
Yeah, he's
That's
I mean,
what
yeah,
I'm doing.
he doesn't
Yeah.
have anything to hide behind, and
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
dark
exactly.
vision, so I can see him just
Yeah.
fine.
yeah, you can see Robin sort of his back against the wall, and like he's sort of poised to break into a sprint away from that door. And but he's staring at whatever is inside of it.
Okay. I like wave at him.
Robin will wait back because he'll probably see you just out of the corner of his eye,
Yeah.
and I'll sort of like
Probably heard
hold
me
up a
come
hand.
all the way up the highway on, or all the way up the hallway on his
Oh,
way.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Red and Dorbin didn't stealth, so those stairs were loud.
I'm gonna go full defense, just because I mean I have to assume the crying's getting louder.
Yeah, you can tell that it's coming from where Robin is staring,
Okay.
and it's echoing. And you can feel it. It's like really close, and it's pretty loud.
All right. Yeah. I'll go full defense here.
All right, Robin, it is your turn.
Robin's going to he's going to use his full round movement ability. What is it? Soft steps.
Yeah.
And he's going to go up to Dorbin, and he's going to sort of end his turn on the wall, so he's not standing on the creaky floor. And he's just sort of going to stop there, blocking Dorbin, being like, "Hey, man, she's in that room, so just do this." Also, quickly, before I actually leave the threshold of the door, can I make a knowledge check on the girl/creature?
Sure. Give me your choice of hang on, knowledge local, and also give me a knowledge local, and also give me a knowledge either religion or arcana.
Well, I'll have you know, when I leveled up, I put a rank in knowledge religion, so I can actually use it trained. So
Hell
here we
yeah.
fucking go.
You started
There's
to
the
pick-
local.
An
We're off
attempt
to a
was made.
fucking good start, boys.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rolled
Good
a
roll.
2 followed
Try
by
not
a
to pull
4.
something
yeah, no.
there.
You have no idea
Huh.
who this person was or what she is now.
Okay. No, so nobility wouldn't matter, right?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So that's my turn. I end there, and I'm
Alright,
like
so
Dorbin
yeah.
around there, so just chill.
Yeah, so Dorbin, you see Robin start sprinting very quickly towards you, and then runs up the walls and sort of comes to a standstill with one hand on the ceiling, both feet against the wall, and one hand sort of gesturing for you to hold on as he explains the situation. Talara,
All right.
it is your turn.
I am going to move to here,
Okay.
and I'm going to also kind of be as stealthy as possible.
Okay. Are you moving at half speed then?
Yes.
All right, then give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
And that is going to be 30 feet.
Oh.
So,
Well,
all right.
classic natty 20.
All right.
I'm
That would be a double move then, as you're
Okay.
very carefully walking up and almost crawling on all fours with your rapier over your shoulder, and as you're putting sort of your elbow against the steps so as not to put down any pressure, any extra pressure on your feet or your other hand. And you're crouching low enough that you're sort of looking up to Sigis. You're headed about their ankle height, and like Sigis had lost track of you, and right now, Sigis, give me a perception check. She is trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
She gonna do you a frighten.
That's a
Yeah,
frightening.
no. Sigis doesn't seem to have noticed you, Solera. Um, and he seems to be perhaps more preoccupied with what's going on with Red and Dorvin and Robin around the corner. That being said, Red, it is your turn.
All right. So Red is gonna kind of look back, see that. Well, he sees Sigis at least. I think Silera is probably down the stairs a little bit, so he probably can't see her if she's like on hands and knees. So he'll kind of look back, see that they're following, and then move up to Dorbin and just kind of quietly say, "Do we want to go ahead, or should we make sure there's nothing going to surprise us out of these doors first?"
I think the issue is that if we start messing with the doors, that'll likely be that she hears us and comes out.
Yeah, good point. We don't want to fight her in a hallway.
Yeah.
You want me to take the lead on this one, or wait for the others?
I think we should let Dorbin
wait.
take the lead on this one because
Yeah,
he
we
can
should.
actually identify what's going on.
I mean, I can try. Again, I'm not a book cleric.
She's
Battle
she's
cleric.
kind of preoccupied, so
Okay.
just yeah.
All right, I'll get up there and keep an eye. But Dorbin, jump in front of me. I'll let you jump in front before we go in.
All right.
And Red will kind of continue. Actually, before Red continues his movement, since we're trying not to draw her attention, he will roll a stealth if he can at this point.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a stealth then. If you don't want to take the -10 penalty, you will only have 5 feet left of me.
I would double move though, so
You would only have
does that
5
give me
feet
the?
left.
But I
Yeah.
only moved. What?
You move 25, and if you want to move at half speed, it applies retroactively to your movement technically.
Oh, okay. Well, that's annoying. I'll roll it and move the full speed.
All right.
Reach me.
Well,
Okay. Well, I got a 4.
no, my bad. The first 25 feet would be a move action, and then you would have still your standard. So you can move at half speed, 15 feet, without 40.
Okay. Perfect. That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, because you did split your movement.
Yeah. Okay, so I am there, and I don't see anything, right?
No, you do see that there are 2 doors at the end, and you're standing next to one. At the end of the hallway, there is a mucked up window, a door to the left, and an open door to the right. Right. So Sigis, it is your turn.
All right. So Sigas is gonna still try and go very quietly.
Right.
He's gonna kind of stick to this wall and go slowly. Everyone went down this hallway. The window, I'm assuming by the light.
Yes, that is a small window over here.
All right, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna try and peer around the corner.
Yeah, you see a long hallway with 5 doors. The last door of which is right behind Dorvin, who is looking down the corner of the hallway.
Okay, well then I will step into here, but I'll stick to close to this corridor so that if anyone wants to get by me, they can kind of squeeze by.
All right. That would have been 15 feet of movement. You still have a standard action if you would like to take it.
I'm gonna try and wave at Dorbin to get his attention and see if he wants me to come up or kind of stay back.
So Dorbin, you see Sigis sort of around the corner trying to keep himself behind cover, gesturing freely, like waving and then pointing at himself, pointing at you, making like a question mark in the air.
I will wave him towards me, and then I'll mouth. I want to keep you within eyesight, and I like gesture to my eyes and point at him.
No, give him the fun to the double thumbs up, and I'll saunter over. Well, I'm still gonna
Gives him
sneak.
give him the double thumbs up, and then
Comes out of cover, very in tiptoes, walking towards Dorban. Dorban, it is your turn.
All right. Because I am not a stealthy person.
Thump, thump, thump.
Yep.
Right, you thump, 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 reach the end of the hallway, and as you turn to look into the room, you see there's a small room, question mark? It's hard to tell what the use of this room must have been. There are some scorch marks on the ground. There are pieces of furniture that are wrapped in cloth and sort of tied up very tightly with rope. And all of the furniture here is covered, with the exception of this standing large black mirror into which this raven-haired woman is staring, and you can see her reflection, as I have described before.
All right. Can I roll a knowledge?
Yeah. Roll me a knowledge religion and a.
I mean, it's the only one I got. So I mean, unless 10 is good enough.
No, 10 is not good enough for local. All right.
Pretty good roll.
Nailed it.
Yeah, just give me one quick second. I am gonna double check. Double check the DC for what she is, because I think you get one.
I can come try the local in a minute.
I'm also coming up, and I have pretty.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bookworm back there.
Yeah.
Just
I
roll
look at
every other
things.
knowledge.
I look at things, I burst spells, and I run.
Hey man, that's what a wizard do.
Mm-hmm.
You get okay, so Dorban, what are you looking at? At first you think is perhaps a sentient zombie, perhaps like a ghoul. And then as you're looking at her, you can tell that there's something that you would not expect from ghouls, and it sort of clicks in the back of your head. Undead in general, while they can have passions, they don't usually suffer from emotions. At least none that would cause an undead to cry in fear and pain in whatever she is suffering through. And then it clicks that what you're looking at might be a form of undead that is born from those kinds of emotions and might very well be staring at a revenant.
Oh.
That's
Those are
really bad.
scary.
I got a feeling this is gonna go south quick.
They can haunt. They can haunt like motherfuckers.
You have one question that you may ask about revenants.
Should we just
I don't
fucking
know
leave?
nothing about them. Well, none of us know what a revenant is. We think they're all ghouls at this point.
Well, a lot of you know of stories about people fighting a revenant, which looks like it's an undead, and that's like, in general, stories when they are told, it's like embellished, and also it's yes, they were fighting something that looked like their fallen comrades, but it was actually an undead creature that had come to hunt them. It doesn't describe what their abilities are.
Yeah.
And we've also fought giant bats and other weird things. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with special abilities.
Sure. She has multiple special abilities. Any preference as to which one you would like to know about?
oh no.
I mean, as somebody who does not know anything of a revenant,
Offensive, defensive.
let's go with offensive.
Okay. So a revenant is known to be, amongst other things, a very empathic creature. um, which is very strange for undead, as I've mentioned before. And one of the qualities that they possess is being such empath that once every 4 rounds, so about 2 times per minute, they can let out a powerful shriek infused with their fear and their suffering unto others, which requires you to make a will save if you're within a 60-foot spread of the Revenant, or become coward for 1d4 rounds.
Oh Jesus.
Cowering being like you do nothing.
You,
Yeah, you
drop
sit
to the
there.
floor
Paralyzed with
and
fear,
cover
basically.
yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then get coup de
Got
grace
it,
by the
got
red.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and not fight this.
Close
And
the door.
Dorbin is gonna look towards the team and just give like the hard nah. Nope, not doing it. Get out the house. And I will use the rest of my movement to leave.
All right. You look upon the Revenant and think twice about your actions today as you start to thump, thump, step back very carefully, and then thump, 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 thump down the hallway past your companions. Robin, it is your turn as you see Dorvin, perhaps with a tinge of fear in his eyes as he
Yep.
rushes past a lot of you.
Robin's gonna ask Dorbin, like, okay, well, like, why are we running? What is it gonna do to us?
So it's a revenant. They prey on emotions. It tests your will twice a minute. If your will falters at all, you are cowering
How does
for
it do it, though?
half a minute. It unleashes its emotions within, like, pretty much anybody within 60 feet, a stone's throw, might say, would be affected by this. So in these tight quarters, it would be incredibly difficult.
Do you mention at
So it
all
just-
that it screams to do this?
Yeah. It wails.
Can you cast silence?
I cannot.
Okay.
Not right now. Actually,
Um,
I'm not sure if I can at all, in fact.
Um,
I think so.
okay, well, hypothetically, if that scream could do nothing to us, how hard would it be to take down?
I've only heard stories of them being difficult fights. It's always somebody bragging about killing a revenant. It's not going to be easy. And considering most of my spells are currently spent, I do not want to fight it right now.
Is it like could we like negotiate with it? Is it like smart, or is it one of those it will eat us all alive kind of thing?
It's something that is controlled wholly by emotion, which is weird for undead, but I doubt it can be reasoned with. It usually has a singular purpose once it's alive. They're not nice.
Okay. I'll go up and close the door, but let's get the hell out of here then.
I mean, I don't see any reason why you need to close the door. She didn't take notice of me, and I think we're good just to leave.
Well,
She's
I kind of
very
also want to
preoccupied.
see this thing.
I
No,
would
you don't.
Yeah,
suggest against it.
Okay, so on that note, Robin's going to use his full round action to move 5, 25, and then he's going to, he's gonna go here, and he's just gonna wait there, and he's sort of gonna look like he's gesturing. Maybe we don't fuck with that thing. Maybe we fuck with this instead. Maybe we check out, see what else we can learn. Maybe we can, satiate its emotions somehow by appealing it.
Right, so you sort of gesture at your wrist. You gesture up in the air like we'll handle this later, kind of thing to your
Yeah.
companions.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Anything else?
No, that's a full round.
Right, then Salera, as you're sort of crawling up the stairs, you see Robin, or at least the upper half of Robin as you're sort of crawling up. And you see him sort of gesturing at the rest of your group. You don't see them, but you can assume so. As he's like, "We'll handle this later," and just gesturing for people to go in your direction.
And I am going to not say a word. I'm gonna be like, all right, sounds good, and I'm gonna go. Not even stealth. Let's go. We're leaving.
Right,
Get
that
the fuck
is
out of here.
5 feet down the stairs.
Oop, oop.
Oh wow, I've left the recording looking at the wrong floor the entire time. Whoops.
Oh no.
It was a
JK.
black screen for 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh no.
Rip.
Okay,
Right.
so that was 5 feet.
Yeah, that
We're
was
just gonna
5 feet.
loop
Because going down the
the
stairs,
audio.
it's not difficult terrain. 5.
5. I'm gonna double move. Get me out of here.
Right. So you give up on pretenses of remaining unseen, undetected. You push yourself back up to your full height and start running down the creaky, echoing hallways of this haunted house. Red, it is your turn as you hear the footsteps of a person downstairs, moving quite quickly.
Can before I go, can I roll a perception check to see if I, like, aside from the crying, if there's anything else that I like hear going on?
Sure.
Uh, oh wait, did I roll, you goofy thing? Oh, okay. Well, I rolled the same thing twice anyway.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, you said you want to make sure if you can hear anything else, correct?
Yeah, he's
Right. So you
basically he's very curious about the crime, but at the same time, he knows he probably shouldn't go look at the thing, but he really wants to go look at the thing.
Right. So you can hear her, and you can hear like something else, not coming from her. It's coming from downstairs probably, or perhaps from the other rooms up here, sort of echoing through the hallways. You hear it at first. You think it's like the faint sound of dry wood cracking, and then it's like, and it's slowly becoming a little bit more familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's the sound of a fire crackling.
Red has the oh fuck moment as he remembers the flaming manticore that attacked him earlier, and he's like, nah, I'm with the others, I'm not doing this. And starts beating a hasty retreat, and will kind of duck past Dolbin and Sigus and be like, guys, I also think I hear the house starting to catch on fire. Don't know if it's real or not. We should go. So I think 25, 30.
Yep, that is
And
about
then
correct.
the rest of my movement to go down the stairs very quickly.
Right. Grab you and move you over to the end. If I do it,
Yeah, Red's just like, nope.
as you dash past your companions, grab onto the veranda, you sort of vault over it and sort of slide down the stairs at maximum speed. Sigus, as you sort of make room for Red to pass you along, you see them take the corner and you hear the go of them going down the stairs.
All right. Well, if everyone's gone, I'm sure I can kind of be caught up as we go. I will just go with the crowd. And I guess head down. So I think I can get to the top of the stairs. Maybe one more in.
Are you trying to move stealthily?
I'm still going quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Be 1 one step
What?
behind. Yep.
Yep.
As you sort of
Red did say as he was going by that he thinks the house is on fire.
Yeah. Well, if we can all have a chat about it on a different floor.
Right, Dorban, it is your turn.
All right. On fire. Let's fucking go, dude.
Thump,
25,
thump, thump, thump.
45, 50.
Okay.
Also, I'm going full speed down these stairs, so I'm not sure if I have to make like an acrobatics check or something.
Nope. These are pretty. Even though they're very creaky and they have quite a bit of spring to them, they are perfectly normal stairs. You can move at full normal
Okay.
speed through them. You can't run that down
Yeah.
the stairs.
Yeah.
Without.
And that's
Yeah,
I'm
that would
pretty
be
confident that's
60.
the rest of the movement. Yeah.
Yeah. Robin, it is your turn.
Yeah, Robin's gonna just open this door.
The one next to you.
As Robin does.
Yeah.
All right.
Classic.
As you try the door, it sort of seems to be a little bit rusty on its mechanisms. It opens up, and on the other side you see what looks to have once been a small workshop, probably a crafts workshop, and it seems like a portion of this room was being remodeled. The floor, the wooden planks that make up the floor, having been partially replaced, and several tools being left strewn about, as if to work on said task.
Robin's going to assume that this was sort of where those toys were made, the toys in the toys chest. So he's actually going to walk along the wall and sort of like take a look at everything in this room and see if he can see any evidence of what was being made in this shop.
So you can tell that it's a workshop mostly because there are tool racks on the walls, but the furniture that you would expect from a workshop is not here. It seems like everything that was here at one point was removed, and this was being refurbished.
Okay. Is there any sign of what it would be refurbished to?
Judging from the tools on the walls, probably a carpentry workshop. There's like hand saws, wood saws, metal saws, a couple screwdrivers, a hatchet, a grinder, and I mean a grinding stone, a hand grinder.
Yeah.
And there's several like carving. What are they called? Carving chisels.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, it would seem to be a woodwork workshop.
Okay. All right. Well, these could be useful, but maybe not right now. So Robin's moved 10 feet. He'll move another 10 feet back out, and got another. We'll go 35 to here, and just sort of sit and wait.
All right.
Yeah. Sort of attached to the wall, sort of waiting to see if the crying stops or what have you, and he's gonna keep opening doors because I think from Robin's perspective, like the girl's crying too loudly to even like pay attention to him. Like she's too preoccupied with what's going on with her. Unless he does something loud, she's probably not gonna notice.
Right.
So Robin's just gonna just wait.
Right. So as you once more attach yourself to the walls and hold there, waiting for a moment, you don't sense or don't get the feeling that the moaning seems to be changing at all. Seems that she is lamenting for it's going to be a long and arduous moment. Continue to. Alera, it is your turn.
Can I just do a quick perception of the area to see if anything has changed in this hallway or any of the rooms?
Sure, give me a perception check. Uh, as you're passing along the small child's room, for a moment you think you see someone standing there, and they sort of hide behind the corner of the room, sort of back into that little square area, that sort of toy chest area that you were told exists.
Is the door still open? So
Yeah.
the door's still wide open. I'm just gonna pop to here and see if I can still see it or if I'm seeing things.
So what you saw was there was the silhouette of a person standing right here, and they
Uh-huh.
ducked this way.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
There's a room, like a side room, that exists.
Oh.
That is where the toy chest is.
Um. I am going to delay my movement, and I can't because it's a new round. Well then screw it. I am going to move to here
Right.
and see if I see anybody there.
For a moment, you do see someone. You see a little child standing in front of you. Toy chest. And I want you to give me a will save. As you stare at them, and they stare back at you, and you can hear around you the sound of cracking fire. And as you hear this, you see out the window a faint sort of golden orange glow of telltale signs of a large roaring flame engulfing the house, the lower levels. And
Can I use my 1d4? Or
yes,
did
you
I need to
can.
say that before?
You can use your D4 if you'd like to.
Whatever.
That's a
Whatever,
15
check.
at least. You might hit a
Mm.
DC there.
Whatever.
Right.
It's
So
better that you use it. I don't think I've ever used one of mine. So.
Well, Robert reminded. He's like, you do have your D4, and I was like, oh yeah. I
So-
guess whatever.
So Salera, you see
Always
this.
clutch it.
Salera, you see this child. The child looks at you. You look at the child. You hear the roaring flames outside. You see the glow breaking through the windows. And as the glow sort of shines through the windows, the room seems to change around. Looks brand new. You see the bed is this beautiful, pristine white sheet with a dark blue and golden embroidery surrounding it in a cover. And as you're staring at the child, and they sort of disappear in front of you. And as you sort of look around trying to locate them, you see that the door behind you is slightly ajar, but mostly closed, not as you had left it open. And you get the feeling like you're trying to hide from something, like there's something happening in this house. And you see for a moment a flash of two images, two people that you have seen just moments ago. You see a rather large man, slender but with strong, well-built arms, and the outlook of somewhere between an adventurer and a lumberjack. And you see another flash of a woman, uh, his wife, uh, and she is uh, scared. You can tell it in her eyes, and then her face changes, and you can see like a worn smile directed at you, and then you hear Come here, bitch! I'm going to slice you! As you hear this roar of a man and a shrill of a lady as she is screaming in fear. And as the door is slightly ajar, you feel this call for you to look through the opening. And as your hand sort of almost without you getting any input on it, reaches for the door, it sort of gently grabs onto it, and you see through the opening a woman that you recognize for just a moment. It makes you doubt what you're thinking. Uh, you think it's your mother, but then you remember Anais, and you sort of pull yourself apart from this uh, bizarre nightmare as you see the man uh, coming into the picture, slicing her back with a hatchet, and he looks positively pale, almost gauntly so, not like the flashback that you had a moment ago, that flash of a memory. And you see him spray her blood on the walls as she recoils, stumbles to her knees, and then as she kicks him uh, in in the groin, he sort of recoils, and she gets a moment to keep running, bleeding through the hallways as she continues to go up into the upper levels. Around you, you still hear the roaring flames starting to crawl onto the house, and then you're back in the room, forgotten as it is. The scorch marks in the different corners of the room telling you that perhaps this was more than just a nightmare.
Do I still hear uh fire now that I've snapped out of it?
No, you don't hear the fire anymore. Alright, that is going to be your turn though, as you had
Okay.
this whole episode. Red, it is your turn.
So Lara's gonna need to take a couple levels spiritualist or something by the end of this house. Anyway, Red is still operating under the pretense that the house is on fire and that not good, but he also noted that he didn't hear Sigus running down after him. So he is gonna uh, yeah, he's gonna delay until after uh, at least Sigus comes down. He
Alright.
knows that Robin might have another way out.
So are you preparing an action or are you delaying?
No, no, he's gonna delay.
Alright. Sigus, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna continue down the stairs.
Alright.
Bloop bloop.
Are you still trying to remain as stealthy as possible?
I am.
And then 10, 20,
Just trying to find the group.
30 would put you where red is, so 20 up to there. But your every square is 10 feet. But
yeah. I'm gonna be like, okay, guys. So what are we gonna do now? There seems to be scary things that we're unprepared for outside in the form of ghouls, a terrifying thing up in the attic, and mysterious scary things down the basement, and we gotta deal with one of them. I vote we don't deal with the the thing up in the attic, but I think we gotta either deal with something out downstairs or leave and come back more prepared.
I mean, we
Well,
can try downstairs, but personally, I would rather just dip.
I'm
I
kind of
think-
down for that too.
Dolbin, you know what the thing upstairs is, right?
Yeah,
so
it's a
we take a
revenant.
night, we figure out
Okay.
how to kill it well, take care of it, and then figure out what the hell's going on with the basement. But I know what a house fire sounds like. I've worked with my old friends for what it sounds like when a house is going up. We got to get out of here. Wait. Where's Robin?
He'll
Like-
find his way out.
He'll find his way out, or he won't. But like, we can't keep an eye on him. So
Yeah. So cut. I would say cut the stealth and let's just run then.
Well, let's move quickly. But if we're heading
Yes.
to the exit, I don't know if we need to run. Sigus is down to find somewhere. We'll find somewhere to hold up for the night, or we'll make camp and just deal with it because that's his vote. But yeah,
All right. So you spent your turn strategizing with your companions. Red, it is your turn.
Red kind of follows up and takes head and starts moving ahead to try and see if he can't locate Silera and let her know what the plan is, because we figured Robin's got his own way out, but I don't really know where she's at.
As you round the corner, you
and I
do see Solera sort of with one hand against the frame of the door, sort of in a trance looking out the door, and she looks dazed.
All right. So Red will kind of run up to the split there and be like, "Hey, Solera, snap out of it. Look, the Dolbin says there's something real bad in the room up there, but he knows how to deal with it. But we've got to come back later. Also, I think I heard that the house is on fire, and we don't want to be in here if that's the case."
I don't hear how. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
I heard it. I heard it in the attic. There's definitely something.
Okay. I'm hearing weird things too. Let's
All right.
go.
Yeah, I think that's the end of my my
Yep.
turn anyway. So
Yep,
I'm there.
As you share for a moment your findings with each other and wonder, perhaps you wonder internally what the fuck is going on. Dorban, it is your turn.
All right. Torvin remembers that this used to be locked, so he's gonna actually take a step to the side and let Sigus know that just come through. I'll wait a couple rounds, like 30 seconds to a minute at most. And if Robin doesn't come down, I'm gonna chain the door shut and lock it up.
all right.
Right. Robin, it is your turn.
Robin's gonna go ahead and open this door.
Right. Which one?
The one that he's standing beside.
You,
To the south.
you are within at the epicenter of 3 doors, my dude.
But
There's
the one that I'm
below.
directly beside.
Okay.
The one below
The
me.
one below.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You reach out to that. Oops. Reach out to the door. It clicks open, and as you push it open, you see piles upon piles of materials, all crammed into this room. Perhaps these are what was meant to be in use in the workshop. You see several clay pots on the floor. You see several rolls of fabrics standing upright, and a large piece of leather, sort of half worked into with some embroidery in a golden thread that doesn't seem to be made out of actual leather. It's simple fabric. And beside all these materials on the floor is a rather mundane rug, sorry. That seems to be pretty nice, but nonetheless has gathered quite a bit of dust.
His initial assumption is this is probably worthless unless it's in the hands of the right people. So he's gonna be like, let's go ahead and just open this one.
Right, I'll allow it. So you open one door, take a quick glance, run over to the next one, open it up, and take another quick glance. Inside this one, you see several pieces of furniture crammed into this room. There's a desk right next to your right hand side, or rather less of a desk and more like a drawer. And then across the room, you see a small desk properly, as well as a pair of chests that are closed but clearly unlocked as their clasps hang freely. Um, and there are piles of papers piled against the left hand side wall from where you're looking. All in all, this looks to be.
Like piles of paper, or just like some?
We're talking a stack, 3 stacks of paper, one of which is about 3 feet tall, and the others are ranging between 2 feet and 3.
Are the papers on the top blank?
From the looks of it, yeah.
So it's probably just a store of paper, I'd imagine. There's probably nothing in those chests. His assumption is that this is just storage, and they happen to have extra chests, so that's going to be his turn.
All right, yeah. So as you peruse the wares that were left in this house, you continue to listen to the crying moans of the woman just paces away from you. Alara, it is your turn.
I am going to finally kind of come to the realization of what real life is. As I keep going in and out of reality in this. And I am gonna be like, all right, I am going to make my way down the stairs, Red, and then I'm just gonna be like, all right, bye, goodbye, everyone.
30. Do you want to
That was
double move?
30.
Oh no.
Classic. If you just drag your, if you go to your character sheet and click your thing and drag it, you can kind of drop it on the map sometimes.
You should be able to. Don't do it. Let me do it.
I won't. Also, so here, I did that because I dragged a little path. I was trying to do motions, but then how do I like exit? Do I just hit like the escape button to like cancel that path?
No.
Yeah, the escape button.
You
should
sort
work,
of once you started doing the little path, you're kind of fucked. You need to let go, and it'll do all the path and then come back to your original position.
Yeah, because I did the thing, and I'm like, I can't remember escape or delete or like backspace. One will delete me, one will cancel the path, and I thought it switched at some point, and I'm like, I did escape last. Anyways, sorry, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So Solera, do you want to double move downstairs or?
No, I'm going to just prepare my rapier again. Just because I don't want to accidentally on the front lines for any reason. I know that we need to get out of here, but I don't like being like the first person out just in case something is out there. So I'm good to prepare.
All right. Red, in that case, it is your turn. As you see Solera getting readied to counterattack.
All right. Red is kind of expected Dorbin and Sigis to be coming along, so he's gonna run back and check on those two quickly and be like, guys, hurry up. What are you doing?
Move faster than us, and you come back and check on us every turn. We just are moving slower.
Well, I'm gonna wait a little bit for Robin. If he doesn't come, I'm chaining this door shut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know he can, like, if he really needs to, he can smash a window or smash through a wall and just walk outside. But
all right. Then Sigis, why don't you come with me and Solera, and we'll just wait over near the stairs. And he'll head back towards the stairs.
All right. Then in that case, Sigis, it is your turn.
I'm just going to be moving towards the front door.
Give me 1 second. I need to fix
it's
your
okay.
token again.
I've done this to myself.
Yep. I just realized that there's no light coming from you. So I'm like, yep, no, I need to fix that token again. 40-20. Blaze it. Go.
All right. and then I move here.
Right, you give up the pretense of remaining undetected as you walk down the hallways, creaking and echoing around you. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think that's just a double move on my part.
Right, then Dorbin, it is your turn.
All right. I'm actually going to be a little bit more proactive this time. First, I'm going to make a perception check to see if I hear this fire that was talked about.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
15, fortunately.
Oh, my chat was way behind.
Oh.
All right. You don't hear the fire. In fact, you're pretty certain that you can hear the gentle tapping of a drizzle on the clay tile.
Red's ridiculous. All right. 5. Are the stairs difficult terrain at all when you go up them?
When you go up, yes. Whoa,
okay.
that's super loud.
10, 20, 30. And then I will continue upstairs.
Right. In just 1 second. Boom. And
I am going to whisper shout for Robin.
Hey, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Am I even going to be able to hear him?
Give me a perception check. Because you can still very loudly hear the crying. That is going to be competing for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear the hey, psst, psst, hey. Durbin, what are you saying?
Robin, let's get out of here. I'm gonna chain the door shut, and I don't want you locked up here.
Hold up, dude. There's something I want to check out first.
Where are you?
The attic. He has 5 wisdom. What else do you want from me, dude? I don't know.
Yeah,
Wisdom,
but you
not
have a good intelligence. You're not retarded.
No, but like you asked me where I was.
He could be
so I
being
told
a
you
smart
exactly
ass.
where I was.
Yeah. Audible sigh, audible eye roll.
Right.
I'm gonna continue the rest of my movement. See if I can find him. 5, 10, 20, 5. Oh.
Yeah, as you sort of come back around the corner, trying to pinpoint the location where the whisper shouts are coming from, you turn your head and see, sort of hanging from a wall, looking into the room, Robin is there.
Also be like, everybody's waiting on us, and then I'll end my turn.
All right, Robin, it is your turn.
Robin's gonna go here and whisper shout. I think she's too preoccupied with herself right now. There's a lot of, I don't know, narcissism going on over there. So and he's saying this and he's opening the door and he's like, I'm just gonna look at shit while she's busy, okay? Like, I'm not gonna open the door right beside her though.
Well, Red said he heard a fire, so I don't hear it personally.
Neither do I.
As you open up the door, you find 2 pristinely new beds tucked away into this room, very clearly not put up for usage. Although perhaps they could be used. They seem to be a little bit disturbed, as if someone had somewhat recently used them. And it very much seems to be the kind of small corner room that you would either rent out to someone or perhaps have the workers use while they're repairing your house.
Dorbin, come
What?
check this out. This is weird. There are 2 fresh beds in here. They're not affected by the moss or the fire or anything. Looks like somebody's been sleeping here recently.
Shit. Alright. Give me a second.
Alright, Stylera. It is your turn. Stylera? I think you're muted.
She's her mic won't unmute is the issue.
We can hear her crying.
We can hear her cry.
You can hear the revenant crying in the background.
Hey Rob, I think you might have a revenant problem.
Yeah, I've had a revenant problem to be fair.
I think it's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, for sure.
Boo!
Boo!
Hey,
Okay,
you're
I'm done.
back.
So what I was trying to say was, hey, Red, what the heck is taking everybody so long? We're trying to get out of here. Everybody's telling us to leave, and then when we try to leave,
Honestly, no idea. I thought the place was on fire, but there doesn't seem to be much fire. And now you're saying you're hearing things too, so maybe I was hearing things. This place is fucking with me. Dorbin said he wanted to lock a door. I don't know.
okay, well, if we're not as in a hurry as was once told to run down the stairs all by myself and leave. So I am going to 20 go back into 30 and look back into this room because I kind of just like left quickly, and I am going to see if anything else has changed in this room since I really like snapped back.
Give me a
to-
perception check. You don't see anything that is out of place, anything that has changed, but you do notice, or at least maybe the better expression is you remember, that behind the door, when you close it, are several scratches on the inside of the door, marking the passage of time as a certain child grew up. You remember it being the child that slept in this room. Not that many years ago, decades ago. A small child by the name of Aldrin Foxglove. And as you sort of see, you're looking at the inside of the door, remembering that you do see the name Aldrin, age 8, age 9, age 10, and the marks are sort of going up, and it has a sort of handwritten, carved into the wood markings of the exact measurement.
Is there a window that's like straight ahead of me? Can I see out that window from where I'm at?
So the windows do have like a layer of grime. You could remove some of that grime to look out, but you do see like a flash of light every now and then as lightning strikes in the distance.
Okay.
Right. Red, it is your turn.
Red kind of looks around and just is like, okay. So much for hurry up. And we'll kind of, yeah, I don't really know what he's gonna do. If people aren't leaving, he'll just kind of stand at the top of the stairs and keep an eye out.
Right, you sort of stand there, a little bit confused, not certain what step to take next. Perhaps looking at your companions for some kind of response, some kind of answer to your own mental queries. Higgins, it's your turn.
Think you're muted, bruh.
If you're talking, you're muted.
I was totally talking to myself. So Sig is
Alright.
going to continue towards the door, giving people a puzzled look like, what do we do? What are you guys up to? Like, I thought we were leaving.
That's what I thought too.
Wow.
So did I, but then apparently Dorbin not coming is gonna stop the whole operation. I'm with you though if you're
Yeah.
going.
I will lead the charge. So I'm going to go. Continue. I'm following them. We came up with a plan. I'm just going to follow the plan. I think that's good.
Alright, give me just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
As you run into the horde of ghouls on the main floor.
You know what? And if that's you know what then? Well, at least we'll know they're there.
True. You'll come
Right.
screaming back up the stairs, and I'll be like, "All right, I guess we're not leaving."
Alright.
Burning arcs.
You continue down the
Hits.
stairs, and as you reach the bottom of set stairs, you look around. You see the stuffed manticore in front of you. You see the rest of the room that seems to be unperturbed, with one exception, and that is that the doors that had been left open when you guys walked back into the house are now closed.
All right. I'm gonna, if I can, I'm gonna be like, whisper back, be like, "Hey, Red, get down here," and I'm gonna peer around and listen to see if I can see or hear anyone. I'm also gonna check the ceiling.
Alright,
call.
give me a perception check.
I hang around with people who climb on ceilings too often.
It's fair.
Or just often enough.
That's true.
I would say the amount of wall ceiling walking in this campaign has been above average.
Some might even say
okay,
excessive.
it was just delayed.
Alright. You don't see anything that is, as I mentioned, aside from the fact that the door is now closed. You don't see anything that seems to be out of the ordinary, out of place. The roof, the ceiling, sorry, is devoid of any visible combatants. Although you also have seen something, or well, you have faced off against something that was invisible and also hanging from the ceiling. So
It's all right. I like my views clear of combatants.
all right. You do spot something that you hadn't spotted before, though, and that is that along the hallway, as you look opposite to the main entrance, perhaps trying to scan the room for an alternative path exactly in that direction, there is a rug that has, as you're standing from a higher vantage point, you see that what at first had seemed to be a moss growth on the rug itself, from this angle seems to have a pattern to it. Like the moss is growing in a particular shape, almost like a helix. Like you were looking at a seashell boiling down. It's hard
Wait,
to
the moss
tell.
is like 2D or 3D?
Like 2D from where you're standing.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
as if you had an eagle's point of view, perhaps you could tell better what the design is. But from here, you can tell that there is a pattern. It seems to be a spiral. That being said,
All right.
I'm gonna take that as the end of your turn. Dorbin, it is yours. I'm gonna ask for forgivens from everyone, but I'm gonna start to shift clicking on the start of each turn, so that I don't need to swap between the two screens to control the
Alright.
stream.
Actually,
Alright,
that
so-
works
Deal.
better because it lets us know when our turn is. Centers us.
Yeah,
Which room was Robin pointing into about this cool stuff?
to the north of him.
To the north of him?
Mhm.
And I'm on the wall, so you can occupy my.
16,
So
20,
get right in there, boy.
What's in this room again? Sorry.
So as I mentioned before, there's a pair of beds that seem to have been used within the past couple of weeks. They are pretty fresh, all in all. just slightly disarranged. Um, there's a chest that is closed and locked, a chair that has like a couple crash marks, and there is a shirt sort of tucked underneath the chair, and a small desk to the on the opposite corner of the room. And all in all, it feels like it's a very small room that you might rent out to someone.
Okay.
Like
Can
a guest
I
room.
rummage through the desk?
It's not like a desk with drawers. It's like
Oh,
a table or so than it.
gotcha. Is it? And was there any papers on it or anything?
Nope. Seems to be completely
Oh.
empty. There seems to be some rags or shirts or pants underneath it. You could rummage through that if you like
Sure.
a pile of clothes.
Yeah.
Sure. As you start to pick out the things, it does turn out to be a pair of shirts, a pair of underwear, and a pair of pants uh, that someone has left half folded, like a hastily fold, and they dropped underneath the desk.
Do I recognize these clothes at all?
They seem to be workers' clothes, like
Oh,
thick
okay.
linen, and you see some reinforced patches around the cuffs and the elbows.
All right. I mean, I guess that would be my turn. Going through the clothes as a standard action,
Yep.
and I moved to my full movement, so
Robin, it is your turn.
I'll be
Yeah,
like, "Why don't you open that chest?"
I mean, you want me to open that chest? Sure, I can open that chest, and he'll like climb along the wall and take a look.
All right, give me a disable device check because it is locked. It does have a padlock on it. Right?
So I'm gonna be able to open it by the end of my next turn because it's a full round.
Yeah. It will click, and you will be able to remove the latch. And just simply for maintaining the momentum of the narration, as you open up the chest, you would immediately be able to see um, that it is pretty much empty, with the exception of several boxes of what appears to be um, nails and little small but very clearly well-made hammers and uh, measuring tapes and measuring rulers. Like what the fuck is it called? The one that has the right angle measurement thing.
Protractors?
Protractors. No. Yes, protractor is the triangular ruler, right? You know what?
Well, the
Oh,
protractor
that's just
does
yeah.
It's 0 to 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
The
not that
triangle
one.
ruler is just it's just a ruler, I'm pretty sure.
I
isn't
mean,
it?
yeah.
Oh, do you
If you're
mean
talking
the
about the
one from-
L-shaped rulers, I think they're just L-shaped rulers.
Okay,
or
it's,
or you call it a carpenter square if it's the one for carpentry that you use
Yeah.
to make
it,
right
it
angles.
is it is a carpenter's square then. But yeah, you find there's a full set of measuring devices for carpentry, and they seem to make up a what would be considered a masterwork set of carpentry tools.
Okay. So I
Um,
basically look at Dorbin and I say, yeah, so whoever's renting out this room is probably the guy that, Foxglove hired to help renovate the house, I'd imagine.
As the two of you have that quick conversation while you stare at the fruit of your labors, Robin. Salera, it is your turn.
Okay, well, now I'm just by myself, trying not to split the party. And then it ends up splitting the party anyways. So, just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna go 5, 10. Oh, hey, Red.
Yeah, red didn't go anywhere.
And I'm gonna go to there. And then I'm gonna ready in action again. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm a liar. I'm gonna double move to the stairs.
10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 up to.
45. So like right almost at the bottom or
Yeah, so
at the last step?
right in that square is where Sigis is. So
Oh,
you'd
okay.
have to
Well, then
stop.
I will stop where I am. I just see nothing but myself and stairs.
Okay. So you'd end up having moved 40 feet. You could move past Sigis then onto the main deck, because you are now
Let's
in there.
let's do it.
All right. As you walk down, you come past Sigis, who seems to be holding onto the handrail and looking down the hallway, sort of fixed on the piece of mossy rug at the center of the hallway. And Solera, immediately you spot the same thing that Sigis did, which is that the door is now closed where you had left it open.
Ew.
Red, it is now your turn.
Red is going to be following after Sigius and Celera, especially now that Sigius has been like, Red. So that's 15, 20, 25, and then on to the next map, I think.
Right, so that last 5 feet of movement put you over Sigis, so 20 up to there.
Where am I? Oh, there I am. So I'm at 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I'll pause for a second and be like, all right, what's up?
Pretty sure we left all these doors
Open.
open.
Yup.
Okay.
They're
So
closed again.
so something's in here. All right. I'll go down and take a look and see what I see.
Let's just hang out in this main room, cause
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to look.
Any door.
Wait, what?
Don't open any of the closed doors. I don't want to reopen a can of worms
So just
when it's just the 3 of us.
Just a clarification, the one door that has changed from being open to closed is the main door.
Oh, only the main door. Okay.
Only the main door has been closed.
I take back everything I said.
I'm going to take a look, and then I'm going to check and see if it's locked to see if we're stuck in here or not.
You want to double move up to the door then?
I don't think I have the speed to get all the way. Actually, yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Sure.
You still
Okay,
have 10
yeah,
feet
so-
left.
I don't think I can actually try the door this turn because I came down from the upper landing. But
because you do have 10 feet left of movement. You can try the door at least.
can I roll a perception quickly before I do, just to make sure I'm not gonna, like, there's not a drawstring or something obvious on the door?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Because he knows something funky's going on.
No, but as you sort of put your hand on the handle, sort of checking that there is nothing around it, you sort of go to turn the handle, and it's completely stuck. It is not turning. And as you sort of lean in a little bit closer, you can see through the keyhole that whatever is on the other side blocking the handle is also blocking the keyhole.
So bad news. We're blocked in.
Thing is, it is your turn.
Of the front door?
Yeah, they've so I think the ghouls have put something up in front of the door so we can't get out.
Well,
Can you check a
Alright.
window?
I'm gonna move over here so I can at least see everything. And I'm gonna back up into the corner-y.
Like, you used to be able to see through the keyhole, and now it's all blocked.
Is there any windows beside the doors?
Not beside the front door, but you are standing next to a window that looks into the south. And there's a window to the north of you.
Okay. Can we see out the window?
You would have to
Just fine.
clean it in order to see through the window. Otherwise, you're sort of seeing through
Good luck.
a glazed glass sort of thing, but it's muck, like dirt and grease and cobwebs.
Alright.
It's not. It's nothing that you couldn't be removed with a vigorous rub with your elbow.
Yeah.
Off.
I'll give it a. I'll
Or a
give it a rub
prestidigitizing.
and look out. And while I'm doing that, I'd be like, no one step on that rug. I want to check it out in a sec. But
Are you trying to clean the window then?
yeah, sorry.
So you're standing to one side, trying to clean the window without showing yours. What I'm getting.
Oh, sorry. I thought the window was over here. I can't see the window.
The window is right beneath you. You should be able to just
Got it.
barely make out that there's a blue.
I'll.
Your health bar is blocking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a window down there, and as you sort of rub a little bit of it, you see the muck sort of is very greasy, like a thick layer of grease that has been left untouched to take room temperature. But once you start rubbing it, it sort of smears across the glass. But it is enough, like enough of it is absorbed into your clothes as you're rubbing your arm against it, that you can see a little bit outside, and you see the cliff, the edge of the cliff, and you see a wave crash into it, creating a wall of water in front of you. And you can see the rain tinkling, hitting against the glass and running the droplets down. But it doesn't seem to be anything out there that you...
All right. Well, I think if we should wait here for Dorbin and Robin, and then we decide we either go out whether through one of the windows and we commit to leaving, or we commit to going downstairs.
I think it's going to be a fight either way if they've blocked us in.
No, yeah, it's gonna be one regardless. We just, yeah.
Pick the battle, yeah.
Okay. Dorbin, it is your turn. As you are staring at a chest full of masterwork carpentry tools.
Oh. That's not really what we're looking for here. It's weird that, like, I mean, do you think it might be like a groundskeeper's room, and it's the only one that's like intact?
Yeah, but we did know that Aldern was here trying to, refurbish the mansion, right? I figured that he hired someone, like a carpenter, to, like, live in and start doing work. But then shit went sideways, right?
Yeah, but we don't know. I mean, this house feels like it's. I mean, I guess I can't tell how long this necrotic essence has been here, but I am going to take the clothes.
All right.
For future help, hopefully. Because having an item of a person's makes it easier to track that person down.
Sure.
And I mean, I'll shrug to Robin and be like, I guess it's time to go now? Or is there more rooms that you wanted to check out?
I mean, there are a couple more rooms, yeah.
That you wanted to check out, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I will delay in my turn until after Robin, I guess, and just follow him.
All right. Then, Robin, it is your turn.
Yeah, so Robin's going to move out here to here and open this door. I guess that's...
Sorry.
Unless Wilson died. Okay, we're good.
I was doing something and I hit my finger, and I'm trying not to scream in pain because I pinched it with the back of the table, the chair. Ow.
Yeah.
I was trying to fix the inclination
Much pain.
of the chair, and then I pinched my finger. Sorry. You walk out the room, come around the corner, and sure enough, much like the rest of the doors up until now, in this floor at least, it opens up without much resistance. And you see once more, similarly to the room opposite to this one, this one is filled with chairs and pieces of furniture that you would expect from a dining room and a kitchen. You spot what you think is an icebox at the back. Probably not in use and not loaded with ice.
All right. Okay. And the only other thing that he can do is move down to the one and open the door south of him.
Sure.
That'd be it. I don't want to go to any of the closer doors at this point. Those are too dangerous.
Wrong tool. Alright, so as you open that final door at the end of the corridor, pushing it without taking much time to look what's behind it, you see what looks to be a small room that seems to be in actually a pretty alright condition, with the exception of a small mound of what looks at one point would have been a indoors pot that has overgrown, whose plant has overgrown and has later been infected by a fungus that seems to give a slight tinge of purple bioluminescence. And I'll move you slightly into the room so you can see what I'm. There's a bed, a desk, and there's at the far end there is a fireplace. Keep the room cozy. Alright.
Okay.
Now, Dorvin.
All right. Yeah, that's.
It is your turn.
All right. He went east, correct?
He went east and then back west. He went west and then back east. Oh, right.
Yeah. I will check out this room, I guess.
So once more, you see what I mentioned just a moment ago. You see a small loft that seems to be in a pretty alright state, with the exception of a plant that seems to show a fungal overgrowth and gives off a light pink, purplish bioluminescence.
Is there a knowledge I can roll? If it's anything other than religion would attend to?
Knowledge nature would be the skill to roll.
Would a 10 get me enough, like some information about it?
It can tell you that it is a fungus, which is not much.
Yeah.
It's a fungus, and you don't know why it would be bioluminescent.
Weird. And this here is just like a table as well?
That is a what is it called? A armory. A desk with a couple of drawers with that you would expect to be filled with clothes.
An armoire?
Armoire. Thank you. I said an armory.
Got that. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna open it up.
Right. Sure enough, you find the topmost drawers are filled with underwear and socks, and then underneath that you find several sets of pants fit for a man, probably somewhere in the 6 foot range, probably 5'10", if you were to guess from the length of the legs. And the final drawer at the bottom is on the left-hand side filled with shirts, and on the right-hand side are two rather fluffy and voluminous cloaks.
Alright.
Turns out
one of them black,
Alden
the
was
other
the
one
underwear
is,
bandit.
One of them is black, the other one is dark green.
Alright. I'll grab the black ones, and in the underwear drawer, did I see any that looked like Silera may wear them?
No, all of them seem to be men's underwear.
Okay.
And they seem to be of a lower quality, perhaps like a little bit of a rough linen, not silk that you would expect from a noble or a well-to-do lady.
Okay. Alright, I mean, that's my turn.
All right. Silera, it is your turn once more.
Yes. Why do you sound so ominous? I do not like it.
Because we were trapped in the house.
Please stop. I am going to take a closer look at the rug.
Right.
Maybe what's going on with it.
Right. Having had Sigus told you not to disturb the rug, you're gonna go over and pay close
I'm not gonna
attention
touch it. I'm just gonna look at it.
Right.
Red wants to look under it, so you're doing better than him.
You would need to go and stand next to it in order to tell anything apart. Because from where you were standing, the rug is over here, the middle of the hallway.
Oh.
That one.
You know.
It's hard to tell because you're pretty close to it. And from where Sigus was looking at it, he was a little bit higher up. It feels like it is a spiral shape on it. If you were to stand like directly in the center of it, you might be able to get the better perspective that you're supposed to use to tell what the pattern is. From where you're standing, though, give me a perception check. You already rolled.
Yeah.
That was a 21, true? Correct?
Sure. Yes, it was.
Right. So, it takes you a moment, but as you're sort of cocking your head from side to side, trying to get a better angle, the right way to look at this, sort of turn your head in one direction and you sort of squint a little bit and you see the shape of a skull and bones, and then as you sort of, having seen that bit of imagery, you pull yourself back away a little bit more and you start to see that the moss that is sort of shaping this spiral is in fact sort of changing shades in just the right way to make out the silhouettes and almost even the volume of skulls crushed together, smushed into a spiraling staircase.
I am going to relay this information to Sigus and Red and ask them if that makes any sense to them.
Crushed
Have you
skulls?
seen anything like maybe elsewhere in the house? No.
I can't recall anything, but
No, but I don't think it bodes well for whatever's downstairs.
Is the moss moving or is it just?
No, the moss is just static.
Okay.
Though it does feel like there is an actual volume to the rug.
Right. Can I tell what kind of moss it is? Is it just like regular moss?
It looks like it's some regular ass back of the fridge moss.
Perfect. I'm gonna just keep trying to figure it out, and that's my turn.
Right, then Red, you have tried the door, looked down out the keyhole. You found that you will have been somehow locked inside. It is your turn.
All right. Is that another window over here?
Click again. Yes, there is another window right there.
All right. Sigis, once you go check out the rug, let me know. I'd like to see if there's something under it that maybe can let us know a bit more about what's going on here. I'm gonna see if maybe we can break the window and get out into the area between the two doors by that tree out front. I'm
Sure,
not
but
gonna break it yet. I just want to look and see.
Got ya. I think that makes sense.
So Red's gonna polish off this window and see if he can see anything out of it.
Sure. You start to scrub away at the window, and once again you see that smear of grease as you manage to get a sort of hand-sized gap in the dirt in order to see out the window. And give me a perception check.
Sure, I can do that thing. That's a 1.
You see the darkness and flashes of light of the storm outside. In one of the flashes of light, you see a humanoid shape sort of shambling about under the weather.
All right. Red's like, shit. Well, we definitely have ghouls outside.
Shit.
Okay. I'm gonna mark that as being your turn. Sigus.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. He's gonna ask Red to clarify.
Like, I saw a humanoid thing shambling around.
Okay. All right.
I don't know where the horses are, but they're probably gone.
It's fair.
Probably.
We haven't heard from Korax though, which is either not great or, you know.
If he's smart, he's hiding.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over here, I guess, and check out this rug while we still wait for Dorbin and Robin. So
Sorry.
it's right by the stairs, right?
What the rug? It's right there, smack in front of Celera.
Got ya.
Before I give you any more information on the rug, what's the range on your telepathic bond or empathic bond? A mile?
I think so, yeah.
Right. Because I
Can
remember
It's a
double
good
check.
distance.
it's different between Pathfinder and 5e. I think 5e is 100 feet in Pathfinder 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thing is, as you were talking about just a moment ago, Corvax not having reported anything, you do get the feeling that Corvax is feeling very much annoyed at the fact that they are stuck as a sentry out in the rain and they are drenched.
Got ya.
But as you're looking down onto the rug, you do spot the same thing that Salera just mentioned a moment ago, which is the moss seems to take the pattern of skulls sort of merged together to form this spiraling staircase. And it's a vague shape. Like you need to squint your eyes a little bit to see it.
Okay. Well, that's.
Don't know what it means.
Well, it's clear. I think it just means, you know, like this is clearly some evil magic that's having all of this, like, mold overgrowth. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't touch it. That's all I gotta say.
It's fair. Where's the door to the basement? That door?
No, the one that leads down is
north.
the one to the north. Yeah, that one.
Got ya. Alright, well, I'm gonna skirt the rug and keep walking over this way and kind of peer out of these windows, see if that storm's still coming, or is that the storm that's hit us now?
It looks like the storm has very quickly struck you. Prepared.
Okay.
Has started raining and it's drizzling on the other side of the vitrose. And every time the lightning strikes, you can see the flash sort of giving this vibrant color to windows, the stained glass.
All right.
Robin, my boy, it is your turn.
Robin's going to full round action to light steps over to the open door, but not quite at it, and he's just going to pretty much not making any noise as he moves because he doesn't really touch the ground. He's just gonna like end his turn on the wall around the corner so that he can't be seen in the mirror kind of thing. And he's pretty much going to be preparing to close the door on his next turn.
All right. As you slide over the creaky of floor planks. Not quite putting your weight on them. They never make a sound. And at the very last moment, you slide towards the wall, bounce against the left one, and put your hand and feet against the right one, putting essentially your back to where the
Oh.
room is. Dorban, it is your turn.
You left her there, apparently.
Oh, all right.
Dorban?
Yeah, sorry. Cat was doing weird shit. I will follow Robin.
Who just sprinted across the hallway stealthily and is now latched onto the wall, sort of leaning very slowly towards the door that is open, and he looks like he's reaching to close it.
I will have a move action prepared to follow him wherever he goes.
All right?
Love you too. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here together.
It is your turn.
So I guess what are you doing over there?
I was just checking out the window. I'm coming back. Like, yeah.
Okay. I don't really know what to do because there's not really any other way for us to get out of here. Are there any other windows besides the scary ones
Red.
that lead towards our doom?
None that you can see.
Okay, cool.
Red's like, I want to check under that carpet.
Then I am going to go back over here to this window and look out the window and see if I see anything. Trying to find some hope.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Right. So you look out the window and you're trying to find some hope. You see that the storm is raging on. You see the water sort of slowly trickling down the window. And as you're looking out, you see the face of a ghoul almost pressed hard against the window, looking inside. And it doesn't seem to see you, as it then turns its head towards the side and walks around the corner. And you're essentially like less than a feet apart with her face as you were staring out the window. And they peering into it.
So I'm assuming there's tons, so that's cool.
Yeah, they're up this side
and then
too.
I'm gonna say to Red, I think that this place is not letting us leave until we either deal with what's happening in the attic or we go into the basement and figure out what's happening in the basement.
Well, I think we've got to set up somewhere to rest. I don't think Dolvin can take the thing in the attic without his spells.
I agree. So I am just going to wait until hopefully they come back soon.
All right. In that case, Red, it is your turn.
Red is gonna shimmy on over to the rug here and kind of lift it up and see if there's anything underneath it.
Right, as you pull the rug out of the way, you see in the same vague pattern of a spiraling staircase, the wood itself underneath the rug has the same pattern of moss, but it has grown to such a point that it has bitten into the wood and given the skulls actual volume, and essentially carving the wood into the shape of these cracked, mashed together skulls. And the shape that you see is much better defined as you see this spiraling staircase, almost as if we're built to be part of the building.
Is there any kind of like historical or religious significance to a stairway of skulls?
Give me a knowledge religion.
Yeah, no, Red saying this out loud because he doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, sure. If you're not trained in it, then no, don't even try.
Yeah, he's not trained. He's only got local right now, so he's kind of just musing out loud.
Could I try and answer for him?
Yes, you can give me a knowledge of religion, Sigas. Red, you've heard of like assassin cultists? in like death cultists, there is a religion after both the goddess of death and undeath, which tend to have that kind of religious symbolisms, or you would expect them to. Sigis, uh, traditionally, no, you wouldn't use any kind of bone structure as a symbol. Um, though there are people that sort of fetishize that kind of display, that kind of ideology. Sorry, not ideology, imagery for ideologies surrounding death as a way of either discrediting it or making it marketable as something niche. But there is no real religious significance to it.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I think that's pretty much Red's turn, but he will say, once the others come down, if or when they come down, we should take a quick look in the basement just to make sure we're not going to have something come up and try to surprise us overnight.
Sigis, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go back here, and we're gonna keep waiting. So does the mold look like it goes down into like it might have risen up from the underneath? Is that what it's kind of
So
saying?
it's in both directions. It looks like the wood where the moss grows or has grown is swollen, right? Which gives the skulls quite a bit of volume. But there was also an indentation to the wood, as if something had gnawed the wood away, eroded it away. So the skull having volume is both from it growing up from underneath, like the moss growing from underneath and upwards, but also the wood being consumed.
It's like it's embossed into the floor, I think.
Exactly. It is both risen and carved. So it is like a very, very distinct embossing.
Got ya. Awesome. Well, I'm just gonna keep waiting here. I think that we need to. And he's gonna tell Red, like, I think things are going crazy here, and everything seems to be coming up from the basement. I think we got to deal with that. Because unless we're ready to fight our way through an army of ghouls out and then camp in the woods and then come back, or go all the way to Sandpoint, I think we either have to go to the bottom and hope we can bunker down.
I vote we bunker in one of the rooms in the second floor and just take off and try to wall off the basement for now.
We can try. I don't think that's a great idea, just with the rot and the amount of hostiles. But yeah, I think we just need to talk about it as a group. And
right, as you sort of trail off, giving away the fact that half of your group is missing. Robin, it is your turn.
Yeah, Robin's going to, as carefully as he can,
Reach for the door.
Sneak his way in, grab that door, and just kind of close that motherfucker.
Yeah. You lean in, grab the handle of the door, very carefully pulling on it without making any noise. You do hear a little bit of as the door closes, screeching a little bit, and it clicks as you close it.
Wonderful. Well, as long as it's closed, let's go ahead and open the one beside door.
All right. You lean over to Dorban. Dorban, if you'd like to stop him from opening the door, let me know. Otherwise, Robin.
That door doesn't lead to this door. Robin gesture.
Robin, you lean in, grab the handle, sort of look at Dorban as you are sort of. Your body is leaning towards him in order to reach the handle. You turn the handle and
I'm gonna be like, this is a bad idea, but here we go.
it opens up, And what you see on the other side of that door is a very clearly scorched floor room where not a single piece of furniture remains, but has been cleaned somewhat. The roof is what really catches your attention. There are
It's on fire.
no, in fact, at one point had window panes covering the entirety of the roof above. Right now, several of those window panes, glass panes, have been broken by the passage of time, and water is trickling into them, forming small pools and growing that moss around the floor. Uh, Aside from that, there are two more vitraux at the far end.
Two more.
Two more vitraux, so stained glass paintings.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Almost to me.
So Robin, I will say that is the end of your turn.
Yeah,
Dorban,
pretty
is
much.
yours.
Close the door. No, I'm just kidding.
You can. I mean, sure.
Sorry, I do have to point out that there is also a single desk and chair in the middle of the room, which is, aside from that, completely empty.
Okay, because that's kind of weird. That's
Yes. It very clearly looks like this was at some point an observatory, like from the glass ceiling, but now seems to be in a somewhat decadent state of decay.
Does the desk have drawers?
It does.
I will go ahead and cast detect magic. Here we go.
detect. Fuck.
Give me a fort save first.
Yeah.
He's like, oh fuck, I forgot about
Literally,
that.
as I said, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that's a fucking.
Shit.
That's alright.
I can
But you
tell
have
you,
a
you do
goddess.
this round you do detect magic.
I'm just gonna struggle through this.
As your eyes sort of open up to the weave, and you see just a cloud overtaking you, surrounding you almost, as it feels like the entire house is suffused with a gray smoke that is pure magic just emanating from everywhere, and you're just like seeing through this, and it glows very strongly within your eyes, almost
I'll
as
do
if
my
you were
best to go.
standing not looking at the sun but literally inside of the sun.
Do my best to go. Oh,
That's not better.
I forgot about that. Ooh, I forgot about that. And now my turn.
You're a crazy motherfucker, Dorban. I respect that.
But yeah, that'll be my turn because I plan on
All right.
focusing more on this desk before I go into this room.
All right, then Silera, having seen a ghoul on the other side of that window, and perhaps having a little bit of a jump scare, it is your turn.
I am going to walk back over to Red, and I'm gonna be like, okay, so I don't think we're gonna be able to leave this house until we deal with whatever we have to deal with. So, would it make the most sense whenever Dorban and Robin get? Does it make the most sense to rest down here and take turns watch while at least some of us, or would it make more sense to go up? Because if we can't leave this this house, then
Well, we basically either have to either go forward or wait for something to come to us.
My only worry about this floor is that with the ghouls outside, if they do figure out that we're not leaving and we're on the main level, they're just gonna pour in. At least if we got a staircase, we can kind of choke them off.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, but if we have
So-
to fight our way through a whole army, we're fucked anyways.
No, but I mean, just like, I mean, one person at the top of the stairs
Yeah.
or some bookcases will stop as many ghouls as they have. I mean, I guess they can climb the wall, so it really
Yeah,
is a moot
I'm
point.
not arguing that it is a much more defendable position. I just am saying I think it makes that it's. I personally believe it's more strategic, at least getting us all here, and then in the same area and meeting up where we said we were going to meet, and then going to deal with whatever is coming from. Like all the visions have said, there's this creepy guy, ghost guy down in the basement. Seems to be where the mold's coming from. The only thing up there is the Revenant, and she's probably not causing this. Like, we could be totally wrong.
Right.
Yeah, well, I
But
mean, like,
I don't know.
I don't.
Do I know anything about Revenants?
Give me a
no.
knowledge religion, because you didn't get to see them, but you were now informed that there's a Revenant.
Roll high. I did not.
Nope.
You
Do
know that
I know
they are-
anything about Revenant?
Go ahead and give
Yeah,
me
Solera might.
a
Well, you
religion
said
check.
a Revenant, and I was like, knowledge religion?
You're gonna
Yeah,
fucking
knowledge
kill
religion.
this.
Careful with your mic, guys, because I was getting a lot of feedback from Celera.
Might be my bad.
No, you don't know anything about Revenants aside from stories that are told about these treacherous undead creatures that come seeking some one specific thing, and are hard to stop otherwise until they achieve their goal.
I haven't even used my knowledge planes yet. Come on.
Not for
I
this
feel
one.
that.
I would say, based on that description, that like, if I was a betting man, I'd say that Revenant's the mom, and she's trying to right whatever the hell happened to her and her kid.
Yeah. I mean, that's not too far off. That's a huge possibility. But Red, you said that you couldn't open the door at all. So even if we wanted to go outside, we couldn't.
I would highly recommend it about not going outside. The fact that that ghoul came up and saw you and didn't see you through the window, I think they can't maybe come into the house proper because of the whatever's going on here. So
Right. Use that to our advantage.
exactly. I'm with Sigis. If we can deal with what's in the ground floor, maybe that makes the Revenant turn off anyway. I mean the basement, but yeah, we're not doing anything without the others. So I mean,
Right.
unless you guys want me to try and scout it out real quick, we might as well just bunker up here.
Okay.
Maybe see if we can set up a barricade and a good spot to sleep if we need to.
Okay.
Well, like,
That sounds good.
I get what you're saying, Sigis. I just mean, if we do end up being stuck in here overnight, we're gonna need somewhere defensible.
no, for sure.
And that table looks heavy.
It sure does. And that's gonna be my turn.
Yep. Reddit is yours then.
I'll count that conversation as part of my turn, and then he'll kind of, I guess he would move over and start dragging the table down towards the study door so that he can kind of try to block off one of the doors with the table.
Yeah, you can move up to the table this turn. As you were having the conversation, you were sort of walking around, pacing.
Yeah.
And Sigis, if you'd like to do the same with your action, or are you preparing something else?
I
Because you
will
were part
help
of
him
this
move it, the
conversation.
table.
Okay.
Yeah.
The three of you start to work on getting the table ready to form a barricade. In the meantime, Robin, is your turn.
Okay, so now that the door to the Revenant is closed, Robin's gonna open the door to the left now.
You want to open the door opposite to the Revenant. I also
Yes.
forgot to re-establish the door over here. should no longer be able to see the Revenant. No, you can't.
Correct? Not.
No, you can't. Right. So, as you open up the door, you see the two broken windows that you recognize as being work of your own. And now that you're opening the door proper, you see the rest of the room with the what little light is coming in from your torch. You see shelves upon shelves filled with books. There's a globe of Galarian, several busts on pedestals strewn about the room. Actually three desks in the room, two of which are sort of placed back to back, and then another in front of the window, which is now littered with glass shards. And all the desks have open books and filled with images and text alike. And you can tell that there was some kind of investigation going on as different bits and pieces, notes, are strewn together with these books.
All right. Robin's gonna whisper yell, "Hey, Dorvin, you're gonna want to come check this one out." And he's gonna head in and he's gonna start, going along the walls kind of thing over here. And he's gonna just start looking at some of the stuff on the shelves, not necessarily rummaging through it, but seeing if he can pick out anything that would stand out to him.
Right. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Dang, boss. Perception.
You do spot amongst the books open on the desk, one of them you immediately recognize as being an issue from the Pathfinder Chronicles. The volumes upon volumes of which, the volumes and volumes which the Pathfinder Society compiles and then releases into the world to inform its inhabitants of the ongoings of both current and past events being rediscovered. And as you're looking at it, you sort of feel that perhaps moment, a little bit of melancholy or reinvigorated sense of adventure, right? From the first time that you learned how to move about the city undetected, and perhaps the first time that you left the first day that you left your home on the run, but still on a new adventure. And you get this sort of sense of being once more fresh and ready to take on the world. And I want you to give me a will save.
Okay.
Damn.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I just realized this is gonna be fucking terrible for you.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yep, because you have a -1 to will saves. Yep.
Purdue.
So
Nice.
give me just 1 sec. Right. So as you start to look around, you're getting that feeling of adventure, and like it also feels a little bit wrong. And as you look around, you start to envision yourself going on these wonderful adventures as you come down the wall, grab the book, and you sort of peruse the couple pages that are open, taking a read from them. And they describe the adventures of a world-renowned swordsman who went about the coasts of the Varisian Gulf, saving those in need. And you start to envision yourself in that position. But as you do, you also envision yourself not as a young, plucky Corvosan, but rather as a sturdy Varisian with strong arms, tall but still slender body, carrying a hatchet, uh, or better said, an axe with both hands, going on these wonderful adventures, leading the helm of a ship across the Gulf. And as you have this vision of epic adventures across the lands, you also see from the helm of the ship the coast, and you see on the coast your wife, or a woman that you feel is your wife, with three children, and then suddenly it sort of draws you out of that ship, out of that fantastical adventure, and into this cage of a room, this cage of a house, tying you down. You can feel this desire, like burning rage, frustration. You grab hold of the globe next to you and you throw it against the wall, shattering it, hitting and toppling over one of the busts that is next to the fireplace. And as it shatters, you can feel your heart sort of as if being gripped by a hand, as if something was pressing down on your very essence, leaving you without air and without the right flow of blood to your brain. As you take 3 points of wisdom damage.
Oof.
You feel
Almost dead.
you feel this depression.
Wait, can wisdom damage kill you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every damage can kill you if you hit 0.
Except for that, there's one that you just like fall unconscious. You're just in a coma until you get it fixed.
Charisma.
Charisma.
If charisma
think
hits 0,
also
you
the-
become catatonic.
Okay.
I think Dex actually as well. I think it's 2, one from mental and physical.
Yeah, Dex you become paralyzed. Charisma you become catatonic.
And
Wisdom
all the
you
other ones can kill you.
Yeah.
Technically, none of them. The only one that kills you straight up is Constitution.
Con. Yeah.
Wisdom leaves you insane. Intelligence makes you leaves you also in a different kind of catatonic. I think intelligence is the one that kills you from the mental attributes, and both dexterity and strength leave you paralyzed.
Yeah, you effectively can't do anything.
Yeah. But yeah, Robin, you feel this grasp on your heart, on your body. You feel your a certain sluggishness sort of embracing you and pushing you down as you feel this almost foreign but internalized regret that you weren't able to take those adventures and instead formed a family. Corbin, it is your turn as you hear.
God damn it.
That'll wake the
well,
Revenant up.
first, I need to make a fort save.
Yes, as you're trying to maintain your concentration on the.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still good.
How many auras do I
King
detect?
Clutch.
You detect. Second Christ. You only detect one vague aura that is overwhelmingly powerful.
Now, would I know that if an overwhelmingly powerful aura was there, would it stop me being able to detect other ones?
Usually no. Although in this situation, as you're looking, the sensation that you're getting is that you're looking into a cloud of like materialized magic almost. Like there's lingering, suffused magic into the air. You do detect magic. You detect a single aura, and it's plenty evident that it is coming from everywhere, essentially.
All right.
So it might be blocking the detection of other auras. Um, if you look down at your equipment, I'm sure that you have some piece of magical equipment.
Oh, yeah.
You can detect your own equipment through the case.
Okay. All right. I will let it go because it fucking hurts.
Right?
And I will move up here. Can I perceive at the Revenant store real quick to see if she stopped weeping?
Certainly, you can give me a perception check. She's still
Consistency
weeping,
is key.
but it is muted as the door is closed.
Okay. And then I will step in.
As you're even before you step in, as you look into the room, you can see the globe out of its handle and sort of rolling across the room, and you see the marble bust broken and shattered across the floor, with its pedestal sort of clamped, sort of lying against the desk. And you see, as you step in, you see Robin sort of clutching his chest as he's puffing and puffing. And you may take it from there as you wish.
All right.
Runelord.
Well, I will start with a typical Dwarven comment of, "Why couldn't you do that in battle?" And then I will see that he's in pain, and can I examine him for a reason for his panting and
Sure.
evident pain in
This
his
is
chest?
this is in addition to, you know, the other illness that's also strangling my heart
Yeah.
and preventing me
Mhm.
from breathing and blood.
Yeah,
So
but you
this
don't
is,
normally like
it's
even
gotten
holler this.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Heal check.
Yeah, heal check.
Ah.
It looks like he presents the symptoms of having like a heart attack, or at least an arrhythmia, as he's sort of having struggling to breathe and clutching his chest, and he's clearly in pain, but also moving very slowly.
Well, I figure that'll pretty much take up my turn.
Yep.
Full movement and then standard to check him out.
Yeah, that will. Salara, it is your turn.
I am going to. Um. I am going to ask Sigus and Red if they need help with the table.
Survey says yes, this thing is as heavy as it looks.
Okay, and then I'm gonna walk over and help them with the table.
All right. So I'm going to take this round as you three collaborating to relocate the table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is going to take.
I mean,
the...
I think.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I think that I don't know about the others, but Red's gonna take the rest of the time to just kind of bunker up the study room with the chairs that we found. Just kind of try and block off this door with the table and make it habitable if we have to stay there,
All right.
like until the others come back.
So once you've relocated the table, you're moving into the study room. Is that the idea? Red?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. Then the three of you bring the topple the table over, grab onto the sides, and distributing the weight of it three ways. With some struggles, you start to move it around. And where exactly did you want to bring this table to? It was which door? Guys?
The front door. Correct.
Front door? Red?
Group.
Sigus?
I don't have red. Where's
I think it was Red's plan, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he's
this was
good.
Red? You're muted. I need you to tell me what the original
Yes.
plan was. Which
The
Which door are you taking the table to block?
I wanted to block off this one so that we could kind of use the study as a home base, since it's got the 2 comfy chairs in it for sleeping anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
You are
gotcha.
aware that the study room does have a secondary door.
Yes, exactly. I want block one door, kind of leave the one door as the available entrance.
Okay. All right, then the three of you sort of start to manage the large, heavy ebony wood table through the small door, sort of at a diagonal, passing the legs of the table through, and then passing on the table, then turning again so the legs aren't broken. And you bring it inside the room, push the bookcases aside, and prop the table up, blocking the exit. I'm gonna put all three of you inside of this room.
Okay.
Alright. So now we got these chairs and that sofa over there so we can rest a bit, and the floor plan of the house so we can sketch out a plan if we need to, and one entrance to watch. Okay.
Sigas is just gonna take some time if he has some study the floor plans too.
All right. Yeah, you can spend some time reading the Foxglove Manor refurbishing plans. I just fell apart. And that is going to be your turn, you guys' round, essentially, as you are working to reinforce the security in there. Robin, it is your turn, and as you're sort of coming out of this vision, you have just one last flash, which is you see yourself inside of this house, but not as yourself. You hear your wife calling you. Um, what is it? Hang on. Just one sec. I'm blanking out. Too many names.
Cassandra?
No.
Alder?
I was about to say Trevor, but it's Traver because fuck you.
Traver.
You're gonna have very particular names. You hear
Yes.
your wife, Cyrilie, calling out to you. Trevor, what are you doing? I thought we were going to meet with the Fernetti. In Traver, you see yourself, or you feel yourself looking at her, perhaps a little bit deeper into your drinks than usual, and you just throw this mug to the floor and shout at her, like, I could have been anything. I could have gone on great adventures. Now I'm spending my days just talking to these pompous bastards. And as you spill your drink, you almost hit your wife, and she recoils in fear away from you. And you sort of, on that moment, come back to. You see Dorvin sort of checking on you, and you're feeling that sort of grasp on your chest.
Dorvin, god damn. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't notice you there. Sorry.
I think you mean God's be praised.
I guess.
Aren't you trying to be a paladin or something?
I guess. Robin just ends his turn.
All right, Dorvin, it is your turn.
All right. Oh God, we weren't pinked. All right.
Hang on. Zoop.
All right. Can I is there anything that stands out to me in this room other than the stuff that Robin broke?
Aside from the open window, which, by the way, give me a perception check.
Sure.
You can see 7 or 8 ghouls just roaming the outskirts of the house, pushing
That's not good.
rubble from the house, blocking the doors, building barricades on the outside. and then start to patrol the surrounding area.
Well, fuck us. Apparently the ghouls are blockading us in here now.
Also,
What?
aside from that, you do see. I mean, you see the marbles busts. You see a large painting that seems to be perhaps worth something. Um, what else? Yeah, no. Yeah, if the painting, which is rather large, seems to be rather well done and in a frame that is probably worth some money. But go ahead with you were saying.
Yeah, the ghouls are just chilling outside. They're running patrols, and the doors, they've rubble in front of all the doors. That's not good.
Okay.
Can I see where Robin had pulled this glass vial out of? Like, is there any place like around the room that seems to be missing whatever he threw at this bust?
So what you do see rolling around the floor is the globe of Galarian, sort of still moving
Oh.
around and not quite settling.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, I thought it shattered.
No. The globe
Shattered
itself
a
didn't shatter.
sculpture.
It shattered the
Oh.
sculpture, and the sort of
Shit.
you know the bizarre diagonal shape with a semicircle thing that globes have, which is the axis to turn it. That thing separated from the globe, so it is now standing sort of on the floor next to the broken bust.
Gotcha.
The busted bust.
I'm gonna go over there and grab the globe and the base to it
Okay.
and examine that.
It's a high quality recreation of Galarian on a sphere, and the accompanying structure to have it on display on a desk. That being said, it does count as what the fuck is it? An astrolabel, I think it is, which is like navigation tools.
Oh. Shit. Put that in my bag.
Right?
Oh, piece of candy. Pick it up.
Yeah. I've got 2 things of clothes and now an astrolabe.
So who's the rogue here? I think it's the cleric, you guys.
Yeah. The
You're
cleric.
just upset I'm doing it better.
Just like in Strahd, yeah. I think it's the cleric. Yeah.
The cleric is stealing your thunder. So, whoa!
Whoa.
So remember when I was saying that I was adjusting the chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collapsed?
I didn't properly fix the last bolt because I almost fucking flipped myself over. Oh.
Did you see that chair? They flipped a pitch.
Sorry, I was saying, Red. Salara and Sigus, you finish propping up the table. You start to rummage around the room. Red, what would you like to do?
Red is going to say, well, I'm not going to be too much use when it comes to anything but, like, knowing about kind of the area around here, so I'll leave you two to kind of plan the assault, and I'll just, keep an eye and make sure we don't have any unexpected guests. Let me know if you need anything. And he'll kind of stand out here by the door and just agnosium, basically percept and ready action to attack hostiles.
You stand guard at the door.
Yeah.
Sigus, anything you'd like to do aside from studying the blueprints?
I don't know. I'll aid Tyler and whatever she wants to do, if she wants to do anything, and otherwise I'm just going to, just study. Really, I'm trying to memorize the basement layout.
Okay.
And go.
In the basement layout, now that you're taking a moment to look at it, There are a couple things that do stand out as being extremely weird. One of them being that there is like, aside from the room that is locked and marked as locked room, there is a suspicious-looking rectangle in the blueprints, which has no name and is not marked as being part of any room, but it is inside of the house, as if someone
Got it.
had forgotten to draw in an entire room.
And is it in like the middle or on
No,
the?
it's in the basement.
Okay.
About lined up with the center of the house, right underneath where the rug is.
Yeah. Cool.
Aside from that, there is in that same floor you do see the kitchen area, servants' quarters, locked room, the square that is sort of secret something that somebody forgot to suspiciously forgot to add into the map.
Yes.
And then there's another area marked as wine cellar and a root cellar
Okay.
as well. Yeah. Right. Anything else aside from that you'd like to do?
That's. Yeah. I'm just kind of waiting for the reinforcements.
Right. What about Solera?
I think I'm going to take this time to open up my notebook and take notes of all the things that I've experienced to see if maybe it kind of there's anything that causes any sort of like light bulb moment where I'm just like this lines up with this, or something that I haven't already figured out. And then I'm also going to kind of look back in my notes to see if I remember anything to do with Revenant, learning about anything about the Revenant in Bard College, or from anything that my dad taught me. Because I just would always write everything down when I was younger. So to see if there was any sort of information that I could looking at my notebook.
Give me a. Oh, what the fuck would this be? Give me a knowledge local. Right. You
Okay.
don't. The information that you might glimpse about revenants from the Bardic College wasn't particularly useful, based on your notes. It seems that the kind of content, at least the one to which you got access to during your stay, um, was more so about anecdotal stories about revenants, or at least what their depiction across history. However, you do have like a footnote on one of them, which is that during one of the many family dinners that you had over the years, um, having had met one very well presented Sir Frank Lyonuki to you.
Hmm.
He was over at your family's estate, and it was around that time that you were practicing singing the story about this revenant that your father told you to perhaps try out a different song that day, as Sir Frank did not appreciate the subtleties of that song, and it would be perhaps a little bit rude to sing it. But while you don't know about revenants, you do know about someone who might know about it.
Okay.
I don't know if that is helpful in any way, but it is information
Not
that
at the
you do have.
moment. Knowledge that I could potentially have if we could ever leave this place.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
In that case, as you're going through your notes, Dorban and Robin, what are the two of you doing?
Well,
He's literally just standing there. Like, he's not attached to the wall. He's kind of just like standing beside you, and he's kind of just like not doing anything. He's just standing there.
Are you alright? Usually much livelier than this. What was it?
What?
Are you alright?
Oh,
Ow.
ow! I don't know what that was, but ouch.
That's Sheik's mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
does
my
that sometimes.
So
headset reconnected.
yeah, that's all right. Don't have any control over that one. Dorban, Robin does seem to be like a little bit, perhaps like catatonic almost. Like he's 2 steps away from losing his marbles, but he does
I
seem
have
like
the wisdom of an intelligent fungus right now. That's where I'm at. I'm literally here, and I can barely perceive what's going on around. Like that's what's going on.
it's very clear.
Alright.
Like you can tell his eyes are sort of looking at you, and as you start to talk, his eyes sort of look around the room, almost like he's you're not able to maintain his attention, and you can tell that he's
Alright.
having problems concentrating.
Alright. I will take that as it's time to get the fuck out of here. And I will go ahead and just grab his arm and start heading out.
All right. Robin, do you resist in any way?
Nope.
All right. Then Dorban, move as if you were moving at normal speed, and you're dragging Robin along.
Can I double move with him?
Yes, you can.
Alright. And that's my turn.
All right. So pulling away a little bit from the turn-based narrative, does anyone have any plan aside from regrouping at the bottom?
I'm gonna lock the door back up.
Okay. Do you mean the door leading from the second story to the attic?
Yes.
Okay. Aside from that, anything else?
No.
Sigis, Red, Salera, any plans during the waiting?
Red would kind of continue to guard. He might.
Sorry, go ahead, Sigus.
Oh, I was just gonna bring him. You know, like there's something big and scary up top, but I think there's something. You know, there's this unmarked room right below this creepy mold thing and like the ghouls are blockading us in, so that's not a great sign. So like, I think we gotta go into the basement and figure out what's down there. But
Agreed. I want the magic-y
Yeah,
one.
I just am waiting
Cleric-wise.
for
mm-hmm.
the guys to come back down,
No, yeah, sorry. I
and
thought
then
this was
just
when
kind
we
of-
were.
and then just kind of have that conversation when they come back. But until then, I wasn't planning on doing much of anything else.
Same here. Sorry, I thought when you said that, I thought they had already arrived, and then we were talking about a plan. I misunderstood.
No,
Red'll take a quick lap around just to make sure that the windows on the ground floor haven't been broken and there's not some ghouls trying to climb in. But aside from that,
All right.
he's just kind of slowly walking around.
Right. So about the same time that Dorban has made it onto the second floor and is locking up the door, putting the planks again, and getting the chains back together, locking everything tight. Red, you do standing on this hallway, you do see that two of the windows in this room ahead of you, which it looks like a ballroom, are busted and look out into the cliff. You do spot a ghoul sort of prancing, sort of shuffling about, and they see you see them, and then they sort of crawl down and continue moving out of view.
Okay. We're gonna have to deal with those windows.
You can tell the windows were busted outward.
Yeah, they were the ones that Robin broke,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Out of character, yes.
So
In character, that was never
yeah,
pointed out.
I don't know, but I know that Robin was screwing around over there. So
Yeah.
he'll kind of note that and wander back over to the others and be like, kind of let them know, like, guys, so there's some broken windows over on the far side, and the ghouls, well, they're wandering around that side of the house. I think we might want to try and block them off.
Okay. What do we got in here that we can use?
Bookcase.
Got that bookcase. We got a desk. We got more couches.
I'd leave the couches if we got to sleep on them, but a
Fair
bookcase
enough.
for sure.
Okay. Would you like some help moving it?
Yeah, and just so one person's keeping an eye on the window and making sure nothing's sneaking up on us, or we're trying to block it.
I can keep an eye on it.
Cool. Let's do it. Go
Right.
team.
All right.
Then I'm gonna do the following: two full
Go
rounds.
team reinforcement.
2 full rounds are gonna go by before Dorbin and Robin make it down the stairs, and the three of you would be about here, carrying between the three of you the bookcases, the 2 bookcases from one room towards the ballroom to sort of barricade it. And Dorbin, as you start to go down the stairs, you would see this, and everyone can see Dorbin sort of dragging Robin along.
God, what happened to him?
You know, Robin, he likes to explore too much. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is I came into a room, he was clutching a chest, and he threw this, and I pull out the globe at a bust of somebody's face, and the bust is shattered, but the globe is perfectly intact. Also, this will help us navigate if we need it. Also, there's a shit ton of ghouls outside patrolling after barricading the doors with boulders.
Yeah, we know that. We tried the doors. We're securing this place in case we have to stay in overnight. Sigis and I think Salara all agree that we're not getting out of here unless we deal with the problem. We know the upstairs one's out of our hands right now, but we should at least figure out what's going on in the basement, we figure.
I have to assume, because of the nature of ghosts from what we encountered, there's ghosts fucking everywhere here.
Yep.
Is either there's something that's currently has him possessed, or like the shades that we fought earlier on has damaged, you know, his brain in some way. So I might have to restore it.
I mean, can you do that to him now, or do you need to wait till morning?
I have to wait till morning, unfortunately.
Can we like put him in? We secured the study room. Can we like put him in there if he's catatonic, or do you think he can fight?
He doesn't seem to like. He's pretty much limited to one-word responses, and he seems to kind of be dozing off, almost.
Oh, I mean, Borg was like that, but I could point at stuff and say, "Borg, go smash it," and he would smash it.
Look, do I see anything that I could tell Robin to smash real quick?
There's a stuffed chimera in front of you.
Yeah, well, what remains of it.
Hit that once, Robin.
What?
I'm asking you to hit the
thing.
chimera once.
Oh, hey, it's Silera.
Hi.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with a hard no.
Okay, that answers that question. There's a nice comfy couch we can put him on in this room. We got the other door blocked off. So I guess it's up to the 4 of us to think, do we want to just quick go down, see what's
Dorbin,
in the
did
basement?
you say something?
Don't worry about it, bud.
Yeah, see what's in the basement, or if we want to wait until the morning, see if we can't fix him up.
I I would rather us see if we can wait till morning. I don't
Okay.
like doing
Me
this.
too, me too, me too.
I feel like this may be a bad idea, but I think this is our best chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Do any of you guys have the ability to make me less visible temporarily? Just
Not for an extended period of time.
no,
Oh, I
just
don't have it
just
at all right now. No.
oh, okay, yeah.
Nope.
I was just thinking I could quickly go down and case the joint, but I don't really want to risk it if I'm
I can make you
the.
fly.
Say case.
I mean,
Did somebody say case the joint?
no, we did not say that, Robin. Definitely not. No joints are being cased. But yeah, in that case, yeah, let's just wait till morning. We can secure the room over here,
Yeah.
and put a couple bookcases in front of the ballroom door, just so nothing comes in. But I think this is as safe as we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
It only lasts rounds. Fuck. It's like, maybe I'll use Sanctuary. Nope. That's not gonna help us for any extended period of time. I'd rather hold on to it. Yeah.
All right. So, Red wants to, on consideration, basically just prop the bookcases on the door here, so that he just.
Real quick, before
Just-
he tries to do
Yeah.
Yeah.
we probably should block the windows, not the doors. They already have the doors barricaded.
No, the internal door leading to the open window.
Oh, gotcha.
Just
All
an
right,
FYI, because maybe you didn't see it, but if you stand inside of the ballroom, there is another door which is open and leads into a bathroom.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
do those windows then. Sorry, I didn't realize there was another door in there.
Right, so so far it was Red, Sylara, and Sigis carrying around the bookcase. Does anyone else, do you want to change that configuration, or are you fine doing that?
I mean, it
Dolben,
may
do
be
you want to
better
put
to.
him
I'll
in
take.
the...
I'll take Sigis's spot, and
Like,
Sigis.
I'm not a
you-
power lifter.
Yeah, Sigis, you take care of Robin here. You are going to be his eyes and ears.
Okay.
So if you can get him to lay down.
Yeah.
You're free to move about this floor so far, as you're moving around a little bit out of turn order to get the bookcases into play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Red wants to take care of those two windows that are actually broken, because he figures we'll hear them breaking the other ones if they do.
Just put the here momentarily. I was just like making sure they have the bookcase.
But yeah, aside from that, it's mostly just he wants to kind of get it secure and then bunker up for the night, I guess.
Gotcha.
Dorban, are you helping bring the bookcases in then?
Yeah. I'm switching spots with Sigis.
It would be something.
Solera, you want keep watch while Dolben and I shove this thing over? I just don't want someone to reach in and grab one of us.
Yup. I pull out my rapier and I'm ready. Ready.
Right. So, Red and Dorban, the both of you bring the bookcases in. And Dorban, as you walk in, pushing the bookcase, you sort of take a moment to put it down before you have to turn it. And as you do, you start hearing the ding, 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 as the keys on the piano start to play a melody very softly. You can immediately hear it.
Oh god.
Oh, what is this fresh bullshit?
I really don't like this place.
Well, we ain't leaving, so unless you want to go to the basement to fix it.
I'll flip a gold coin onto the top of the piano.
Right.
As if to tip somebody who would be playing the piano.
Right. The coin sort of bounces on the top side of the piano, slides, and you can hear this melody start to play more clearly.
Oh, I'm not
Do
gonna
I-
get used to this.
Does anybody recognize this tune at all?
Can I
Uh,
roll something
I'll
for
ask
that?
the room.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge local if you'd like to recognize it.
I can do that. The one knowledge I can do, and I can do it well, apparently.
Okay. Wow. Because everyone
Crushed
can
it.
hear this song. Literally
It's like
everyone
Robin.
recognizes this song. It's a very popular song, in fact. Commonly played at not quite like not just noble parties, but like parties in general when it comes to a more slow dance amongst perhaps lovers, perhaps to try and pick up a date for the night. You invite the person for this dance. It's a very sort of slow, very romantic dance.
Well, I'm
Oh,
not
hey,
gonna
I
be
know
able
this.
to dance to this thing again.
And as you hear the piano playing the melody, you also start to hear these ghostly instruments, as if an orchestra was playing this song for the lot of you. And you see,
Damn.
like the wind picking up a little bit of dust, moving in patterns that you recognize as being those of the steps that you would follow for this dance along the ballroom. As if a dancer unseen was moving, sliding along the wood, caressing.
Robin starts
the floor.
dancing.
Yeah.
Darbin,
Quite well, in fact.
Apparently. I mean, you're no.
Yeah.
Darbin, I would like you to give me a save, which is gonna be give me a.
Please tell me it's a will save.
Will save.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, that's a low roll.
Still
You're-
pretty
you're
high.
fine as you see this. Well, you feel this invisible dancer sort of approaching you, and they sort of caress your arm and try to bring you towards the piano, and you pull your hands free of them. And a couple moments go by as the melody just its climax, it's the solo of the piano, and then it suddenly fades away, and the keys sort of lift, and it stops playing its melody.
If I'm honest, I understand why that song's popular. It's quite catchy.
By the way, out of
Stop
character, it kind of sounded like the song from Anastasia. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I am actually not sure if it actually is the song from that station.
I don't think it is, but it sounds vaguely similar.
Yeah.
Like
It
I heard
does
it and I was
have
like, oh
that
my god,
kinda
do I
like-
know the song in real life? Sung in real-
That slow waltz vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember what the original song was, but I have it noted down as a dark waltz.
Show is.
Yeah. All right.
All
so
right. Well, let's block these windows before that happens again.
Yeah.
Gorban, you circle around, put the bookcase down, push it against the window with help from Red, and sure enough, like you do spot a ghoul that is sort of looking at what you're doing, and then sort of is hunched over and walking backwards away from you, letting you block the window. And sure enough, as you put the bookcase in, you don't see them anymore.
I don't like that. I don't like that they're letting us do this, to be honest with you.
I don't either, but I would rather not have them creeping around in here overnight without us knowing.
Agreed. Agreed. But it just makes me more uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we're good on the watches tonight.
Yeah.
2 people, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, let's go back and see if Siggy's got Robin sorted.
Unlikely.
Right?
Oh, he's dancing.
You do see Robin, up until now, was dancing. I don't know if he continues to dance now that the song has ended.
He hasn't noticed the song ended, so he's just still dancing.
Right, yeah.
Of course he is. That's tough.
Dorbin, you got this one, I think.
Yeah.
I-
I just want to let him keep dancing, honestly.
Yeah. So
Somebody tell him repeatedly that it's time to go to bed.
Sigus, you were
There's
I
a
can help
dance
put him to
party
bed.
in study hall.
Nice. Sigus,
Yeah,
you were
which
about to
room
say
is-
something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Sigurd.
sorry. I was gonna be like, which room are we gonna try and bunker down in? Yeah, like this one.
The study.
Yeah.
I think the consensus
Or there's
was
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be like, Robin. All right, this way.
Judging from the blueprints, however, Sigus, you would know better that this is in fact not technically the study, but rather the library or the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just a technicality, but you would know this. On that note, however, I am going to ask you guys if we can take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Sure thing.
Of course, of course.
Right?
Works for me.
We'll reconvene 30 past then.
All right.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
It's good.
All
See you in
right,
a bit.
sounds good.
let's get back into the game, my boys. Right, so where we left off, you guys were settling in for, well, possibly for the night. I'm not certain what the plan
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Neither
we're
am
gonna
I.
try.
All right.
I think
Give
we're
it the old
doing a
college
double
try.
a double watch just to try and keep ourselves from getting murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, because this is a little bit of an atypical situation where you guys are resting well within a dungeon, I'm going to ask you, which areas are you covering with your guarding duties?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Which spots are you covering with your guard duty? Meaning, what path do you take as part of your patrol? That this is independent of in which order you guys are going to patrol.
Oh, okay.
Which is also a question that I need answered.
Like, are we patrolling or are we just bunkering? Like, I can take the first one. I need less hours of sleep. And I just need an hour for spells, but...
I had thought we were kind of staying in these two rooms pretty well exclusively, like have one person awake in each room.
Like,
That works for me.
Dorbin, if you, when you're on... Because we can close the doors, and if you could look through one of the door when you're on watch...
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
That'd be dope. Maybe into, like, the main room?
Yeah, I would probably end up eating up all my charges for it, but that's fine.
I mean,
I think
you're
that's
gonna
a
go to
great use
sleep,
for it.
right? Yeah.
So, what's the plan for first order of guards? Shifts.
I can go first.
I would like to sleep first,
Yeah, I think that's
because the
smart.
faster I get my spells, the better.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I
In
can get
that
my full
case-
rest, and I'll take the last watch.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to start taking notes. Watch order. We have Sigus first.
Then I think Red would go.
Basically, the order in which we're gonna die.
I think it should be like
Thank you, Soren.
You're welcome.
Sigus and Red,
Mm-hmm.
and then then Silera and Robin. And
Robin's
Want
not gonna be
Robin
able
to
to
have
do anything.
responsibilities right now? That's not a good
Yeah.
Yeah,
idea.
that's probably not a good idea.
Well, I mean, Robin's
can
gonna,
take a
Robin
double.
doesn't
I
need to
just-
sleep, does he?
Do wizards need
No.
to sleep? I thought I just need to study for
You
an
need
hour,
you
right?
you still need your 8 hours of meditation,
Rest.
pretty much. As yeah,
Or
doesn't have
4
It's
hours.
rest. It
Yeah,
doesn't
'cause
need to
I'm an
be-
hour.
you only need to sleep for 4 hours, but you need to still be
Oh.
resting for another 4 after that.
Well,
Got ya.
yeah. Well, technically speaking, you don't even need to sleep. You just need 4 hours during which you rest your body. So, like, if you are suffering from insomnia, you would still rest up during your 4 hours. You would just be penalized for not sleeping, which is fatigue. And then you start.
Got ya.
If you never sleep, you do start to build up penalties unless there is something preventing you.
Okay, if Robin and I need to take second watch, I'm fine. I'm fine doing that. I'm
Alright.
fine kind of like watching him and keeping watch.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause-
if
He's like
Sigus
my
is
child.
able to do the 4 hour thing, then he can potentially pull 2 a little more readily. Red
almo-
doesn't have to worry about spells, so as long as he doesn't get fatigued, he can flop in wherever. Robin just doesn't sleep, but he's not gonna have any ability to help really.
Does need 8 hours to refresh key points,
yeah.
Okay.
but he still
So-
has, I think, like 2 left. I think so.
Just
Like,
bear in mind that technically
I've cast
while
very little.
Sorry.
go ahead, say it first.
I've cast very little spells. I don't even need to like. I've cast one of my third and one of my second, and that's about it.
Wow.
So I need an hour to mix, like, I don't know. Like for the rearranging of spells would be super helpful, but like if it comes to prioritizing, I think it's better to have 2 people on watch. Anyways.
Well, I mean, you can rearrange your spells while you're watching, right? Or is that a dedicated
Probably
thing?
not. It's dedicated.
All right. So what's the plan then? Sounds like Dorvin's getting 8 hours, which means that we need to cover those 8. Sigis is going to be sleeping for 4 of the 8, which means he can cover half of it. Silera also needs to sleep for 8 to get her spells. When do we start getting the fatigue penalty? If we go,
it seems like we have 3 people, right, and 4 shifts to cover.
Technically,
And
you
so
have
either
5 shifts.
I cannot get rest, or 2 of us cannot get rest.
Just bear in mind that if you're separating it into 2-hour shifts, you need 5, because while you're on guard,
I was
you're
thinking
not resting.
4. I was thinking 4 hours, but
If it's 4-hour shifts, then you only need 3 of them.
Yeah, for everybody to get their 8 hours of rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
When do we take penalties for not getting enough sleep? It's 8 hours.
Within the next 6 hours, if you don't get any rest at all.
All right, so Red can take the first 4 hours and then with Sigis and then just conk out. Then if Stylera, Robin take the net, or at least up for the next 4, that works. And then Dorbin and presumably at that point Sigis is going to have to get up and start preparing his spells anyway, are awake in the last 4.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so we have Sigis and Red, followed by Solera and Robin, and then finally Dorbin and Sigis in 4-hour shifts. All right.
I mean, or I could take the last, like, if I get my full 8 hours, I'm confident that I can take the last shift by myself.
Well, I'm just worried about you having to pray for an hour in there. Like, you and Sigis can cover each other when you're studying/praying.
Yeah.
Technically, Dorbin can rest for, like, sleep proper, if he manages to get for 7 hours. Then when he wakes up, praying is
use the
part
last
of his
hour
8
to
hours,
rest. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure.
The 8 hours does include your daily preparation.
Yeah.
Perfect. That works.
Right. In that case, I'm gonna move everyone into the aforementioned bunkered down room, and I'm gonna ask. Actually, just for the sake of it, where does everyone sleep in this room? Because you do have.
I'm gonna conk out in the center.
There's a couch over here.
There's 2 comfortable armchairs, a couch, and a sort of oof, like a low-hanging chair.
I could probably sleep in one of the chairs. I'm pretty small.
I'm conking out in the center. Not in any chair or anything. I'm just
on the
out.
floor. Okay.
Yep.
Let me check my pack for a second. Did I include? Yeah. Okay, I got a kit, so actually I have a bedroll.
I mean, I have bedroll and tent, and I have a ton of shit on my backpack. I just don't need it.
Okay. Yeah. So we can make proper sleeping arrangements then.
Right. In that case, you can settle anywhere that you're comfortable within the room. So, Red and Sigis, go ahead and give me perception checks as you take the first shift of the night. It would be weird if you were taking the first shift. If you take the first ship, I have now declared the Reggie's, the official ship of the campaign. Let's go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice.
Alright.
You know what?
Very solid.
I'm very happy with that.
That was
Um,
not great for me, but I'll take it.
Right, so during the first hour and a half to 2 hours, you still hear the shuffling outside, and then it starts to quiet down. And you can hear your companions mostly falling asleep. You hear the breathing start to calm down, regulate. Um, Robin, are you trying to sleep?
Ben just kind of stands there, sort of looks at other people lying down. He sort of like turns around, shuffles around, looking at different places in the room. And he's having a really hard time deciding where to sleep.
Red will kind of guide him over to the couch by where he's watching, just so he can kind of keep an eye on him during his watch, like the one over here. If he will follow, I don't know
Yeah,
if he will or not.
you can move Robin.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's nothing.
Red's gonna try to kind of put him down on this couch and just get him to lie there.
You can
Come
absolutely
on.
do. You can just like puppet him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll do that.
come on, Robin. Yeah, this one's comfy for you. Just lie down, take it easy, sleep it off.
Robin, are you actually trying to fall asleep, or just letting the flow of the things go by?
Well, I mean, he hasn't slept in like 2 days. He doesn't need to because he doesn't get fatigued.
Robin,
But like,
I
he
think
does. What?
It's been more than 2 days since Robin slept, I'm pretty sure.
Something like that. But he does. He is aware that he has a key pool, and he is aware that it is not full. So he might just like close his eyes and meditate, and maybe fall asleep by accident.
Sure. Yeah, no. So, in that sort of animalistic instinct that you feel yourself having expended some energy and needing to recover it somehow, you close your eyes, you start to hum to yourself, and in doing so, you sort of get a rhythm going. That sort of rhythm goes. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And you eventually end up falling asleep, perhaps accidentally, as you relax your body. Red, you do notice that Robin has fallen asleep now. And I would like Robin, Dorvin, and Solera to give me a will save.
It's the
Oh,
part
great.
where Robin dies from. Oh, no, he just goes.
Yeah, he just gets haunted.
He goes into a
just gets
coma.
He goes
haunted
insane.
to death.
A character with a wisdom score of 0 is incapable of rational thought and is unconscious.
Did you say
Oh.
will save?
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
see.
will
Yeah.
save.
Yeah, will save.
From all 3 of you.
Oh, classic 28. Oh, and then that
Hey.
Hot damn. This
Still
girl.
lower than mine. No.
Got a thick ass brain, girl.
Alright, so it's been about 2 hours for Red and Sigis when you suddenly see Silera and Dorvin go as they wake up clearly from a nightmare, whereas Robin seems to be profoundly asleep. And I'm debating whether using that as our cliffhanger for the session.
Oh, geez.
The fear effect, that is my only question.
We'll find out next week when we pick back up.
Alright. Sounds good.
Alright. I hope that everyone enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
And that
we finally
you're-
got the party back together.
I know. God damn it.
We out
Robin.
here doing things. Hey, I mean, it's not my fault that I have 5 wisdom. Actually, it's entirely
It is
my
entirely your
fault.
fault.
Yeah,
I know it is.
And you can't just blame the wisdom on like you deciding to go do things.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Tell him.
part of the I mean, the 5 wisdom is he just doesn't rethink things. He just takes his
Oh.
first decision. And then the 2 wisdom is he's just oblivious to everything that's going on around.
Yeah, but like
How
you
did
can't
how
just
did you
be
end
like
up with
my
5?
character is a like you could say that and be like, yeah, my character's an asshole who keeps poisoning you in your sleep, but like don't worry, it's just the character.
I mean, that is a little bit of a different extreme, but so far
Yeah.
from what we've seen, Soren is aware that he's making bad decisions, but Robin is not aware that the bad decisions are quite as bad as as we understand them.
In
Yeah.
other words, you need to hit me with Owl's wisdom, so I actually have a wisdom score of 9. And
What
then I
is-
won't be an idiot.
What is Robin's intelligence?
10.
Pretty. Oh, I thought it was
Average.
high.
So
No.
no,
Oh,
no.
average.
So he's average intelligence. So he, I
He's
mean,
not
I
dumb.
can
He's
remember
not
things.
dumb.
I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
dumb, but
Like I can't.
he's becoming more and more animalistic, like more driven more by his
He's-
passions and his instincts, rather than stopping and thinking what he's doing. That's
so he's
the
just
wisdom versus
he's basically
intelligence.
really impulsive then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like the way
Okay.
that
We
the
just
way that
fix him,
Soren
Jesus Christ.
is playing Robin is true to the stats that he has.
Okay. So but in that case, if we were to like talk to him and be like, "Hey, you need to be a little like less impulsive or hang around the rest of the group," would his int allow him to kind of like take that into consideration when making decisions based on that?
That is up to Soren to decide whether or not. But if we were talking about exclusively how the stats manifest themselves,
Yeah,
it's-
stat wise.
yeah,
No, I'm
stat-
just
yeah,
curious.
stat-wise, just stat-wise speaking, his intelligence would allow him to understand what you're saying, and like, yes, that is a good point. Like, I understand that what you're saying is a sound tactical decision. However, when the time comes to take that decision, it is more likely that Rowan will take a selfish or passion-driven decision, despite knowing or having had the time previously to think that that was a bad idea. Like on if
Okay.
it's something that it depends on that is time sensitive, someone with low wisdom is more likely to take the more impulsive route. Essentially, what
Sure.
tries now.
Like going on spring break during the corona
Yes.
Yuck.
That's literally Robin. That's
Yeah.
literally.
On that note, I'm gonna finish the recording, and so I'm gonna say bye stream, even though we're not streaming. So bye YouTube, I guess.
Bye,
And
YouTube.
Bye, tubers.
Bye.